What's up, YouTube? It's Naj and Reina back with another.
Drink and thanks.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I need to take that drink now. All right, people. I see our day ones are already in the comments. Mindy and Susan with chuckles. What's up, y'all? We're so happy to see you. Make sure you guys come in, like, comment, and subscribe. Najee and I are working on making sure that we see you guys a couple times a week. So we wanted to make sure we brought to you this case and get started with that. But before we do, you want to talk to them about what's been going on this week? Anything? Any updates?
Updates. Busy. Just lots of stuff. A lot of good stuff going on. New challenges for the fitness business. Got a challenge coming up. That's going to be pretty cool for the New Year's. Aside from that, Turo's going pretty well. The car is ran out for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so.
We're done with December. December is done. So we have our Turo car that we do. Basically, we have a car specifically to do Turo. If you're not familiar with Turo is, it's basically a car sharing app that people use to kind of get around when they come into a city or just in general. It's kind of like the Airbnb for cars. And Najee and I actually host a car on that platform, and it's doing really well. So it's booked the whole month of December, and we've only been on for about 3 months, and we've already hit $3,000 in, what is that? Not revenue, but sales. So really, 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 really good. And then like Najee said, he kind of said it like dry, but he's got a challenge coming up for Built by Plants that's going to start when?
January the 2nd.
January the 2nd, which is an off day for us in banking world. So you still have time to meal prep and get your life together. So just so you know. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into today's video.
Cool.
Do you know what we're watching today? You made the cover. You made the cover.
I know. This is your topic, so I'm still learning about it. I don't know nothing about it.
I don't know either. This is us learning. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and I don't know how to say this young lady's name. I think it's Atatiana.
Atatiana.
Possibly. Atatiana Jefferson. So I do remember this in 2019 where in 2019, unfortunately, this young lady was gunned down by a police officer in Texas. And it was a huge uproar because right around the same time, other things were going on that caused a lot of turmoil in the United States, specifically between police officers and like the black and brown community. So, I don't know, but anyway, so the trial started 9 days ago, and we have missed the entire trial. I just randomly saw it today, and I'm like, oh my god. So I just think this is a good one for us to kind of talk about, peel back, talk, and see like what our perspective is. The police officer that was tried was found guilty. And you guys know we will be honest and unbiased about what our thoughts are on it. But really, I don't know anything about this. I just remember hearing about it a couple years ago.
Yeah, I honestly don't even recall the specifics of hearing about this one. I do recall, obviously, the Brianna case, and it seems like it's something similar, but I guess I have to learn as we go.
Eileen Ward. Is Eileen Ward almost sound like Eileen Warnos. And I got confused, so I just making sure. Hey Eileen Ward, I finally got my profile set. Good to see y'all again. Yes. Maddie. Hey y'all, I've been waiting for you to cover this case. We are here. We are here with
Yes,
it.
yes.
We are here with it. And if you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. And don't forget to show us as much love as possible because we are here for you.
Yes, yes.
All right, so we're going to get started with the first video. What I do in Patreon, or what I've been doing in Patreon, is starting all the way from the beginning of footage, since there's so much stuff from 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago now. So we're gonna start from back there and then bring it forward. Autumn Rain,
What's
hey
up,
mama.
Autumn?
The verdict really has ruffled my feathers. I'm sorry, but way too much racism and bigotry in your justice system. Total BS verdict. Oh, maybe I missed something. I thought the verdict. Oh God, I thought he was guilty. I don't know what happened. Okay, all right, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's transition over. Oh, it was showing. Here we go. This is the young lady that was.
The woman who was shot dead by a Fort.
We have no volume. Hold on. Let's start from the beginning.
The woman who was shot dead by a Fort Worth cop pointed a gun when she heard noises outside her window, according to a just released.
Pause. Fort Worth. This is where we live. We live in Dallas, Fort Worth area. Hey, Nefertiti. Guys, as you come in, definitely tell us you're here. There's too many of y'all, but only 2 likes. Y'all don't forget to love us. All right, let's go ahead and get back to it.
Police report. The police officer fired almost immediately after he saw her.
Put your hands up! Show me your hands!
Slain, Atatiana Jefferson and her 8-year-old nephew Zion were playing the video game Call of Duty when they heard the noise at 2:30 a.m. Saturday. She took her handgun from her purse, pointed it toward the window, was shot, and fell to the ground, the nephew told cops. Police released a still photo of the handgun yesterday. The new information is contained in an arrest warrant for Officer Aaron York Dean. Dean was charged with murder last night and released on $200,000 bail. 35-year-old Dean was one of the oldest recruits in his class when he graduated from the police academy in April last year.
Aaron Dean.
The shooting is raising questions about police training and whether too much emphasis is placed on officers' safety and not enough on the safety of innocent members of the public.
So how are officers trained when to use deadly force? Some departments have virtual training simulators like this one.
I came to this police training simulator at the Monmouth County Sheriff's Department outside New York City, where a noise complaint
Sir, drop the hammer, please.
quickly escalated into a life or death situation.
Sir, show me your hands.
Communication is the key. That's what we stress here when we run all our recruits through our police academy here in Monmouth County. It's all about de-escalation and communication.
Atatiana's family welcomes the officer's arrest.
How is it all about de-escalation and communication? You should drop the gunshots. Like, I don't understand. How are you about de-escalation and communication? And this woman's in her own home. And she hears noises in the state of Texas. And hears noises and doesn't shoot. Just wants to be like, what the hell's out there? And get shot? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I got to listen to this a little bit more because that sounds fucking wild. I don't understand. Like, what?
I have so many thoughts already. Number one, actually before going to number one, pre-number one, that virtual training thing, that does look awesome. I would like to participate in that. That looks pretty cool.
Well, it's here in Texas.
I would like to visit that place. We'll find the name of it. Aside from that, it's so crazy because they always say like the things that resonate the most is what's obviously his home, but even what you can see yourself in, situation that you can see yourself in. We live in Texas. My gun is like basically a part of me at this point. Like when you leave out the house, you know how you check for your keys, check for your wallet, like that's a part of my attire. She's in her own house. Just like going to the window. She's in a house. Mind you, you know,
With her 8-year-old nephew. Sorry, just
primarily we've been in high rises. We've been in like apartment complexes. We're never on the first floor usually. Imagine being in Texas where there's so many situations going on where kids are being kidnapped. Those Amber Alerts are going off all the time.
all the time.
She's a woman. She's there by herself. She's protecting herself in the state where it's so easy for anything to happen. And she's pointing a gun inside of her own home to make sure that she's good and she's protecting the child. And you get shot inside of your house. like they say he's 35, right? So like, not that we're roughly same age group. He's like 3 years older than
I'm
me.
like 10 years younger than
He
that.
just became a police officer at 35 at the time. So I guess he's 38 or whatever now. You 35 years old, 3 years older than what I currently am. And I'm thinking, in this situation, you're going to, now I guess we'll find out the person's motive or whatever.
Reasons, yeah.
But like, in this situation, you go into a person's house, you point a gun saying freeze, and then you instantly shoot. What type of shit is that?
Well, you know, someone in the comments said it. I didn't get to read it that fast, but I always think this. Actually, it was Maddie. Maddie said, why are you a cop if you're that scared of noises?
If you scary.
If you're that scared of shit. Because I've always felt like you should not be in a position where you can use deadly force if you like this all the time. Like, you scared of everything. You gonna fuck around and shoot somebody because you're so scared. And then, I don't know what area they were in, but the neighbor that, anyway, he was there to do a fucking wellness check. Why do you even have your gun out? Like, I don't even understand what the wellness check, how could a wellness check include a gun? Like, I don't know. I just know it was a wellness check. I don't know if the wellness check was because he heard screaming or maybe because they were playing Call of Duty and, you know, I don't know. But come on now. I mean, come on. Like, really? So, I don't know.
That is the craziest situation. It's wild.
It is crazy, yeah.
We're going to have some good conversations about this because, what is that? A minute, basically?
A minute and 30 seconds in and now she's already losing it.
Because I didn't know anything about the case. Like, I don't recall when this happened in the moment, which is said, but, you know, there was a lot of other cases that was being, you know, talked about.
Nefertiti Autumn said he didn't even announce himself. All she heard was noises outside. He just walking around at 2:30 in the morning.
She had the right to shoot. Honestly, she's on his property. I mean, he's on her property, and coming up, and she see a person with a gun. 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning.
Gun or not, Naj grabbed his gun when we hear the dog bark too loud. Like, or I'd be like, "What's that noise? What is that?" Like, I don't know. Grabs gun, walks out. Imagine grabbing your gun, walking out, don't know what the fuck's happening, and you get shot.
And we're
like,
not
are you fucking
on
serious?
the first floor. I can only imagine being on the first floor and you're, you know, that type of paranoia. Being a woman, I don't know if she's living by herself or whatever, but like she gotta protect herself, so she's on edge. I'm sure if she hears some stuff going outside, especially if she's not used to it, like that's some crazy.
And you got your 8-year-old, and you go.
That's wild.
Oops! Oh damn! I didn't accidentally went off the whole thing. Can you mute us? Not us, but mute my thing. Yeah.
Can be doing is content marketing. So
thank you. I went to the whole wrong place. Let me go back to my playlist. We can finish this one.
Nefertiti says manslaughter is easier verdict to get. Murder. They have to prove intense manslaughter.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta understand that. I think it was George Floyd's murder got. He got murder 3 or something like that. But I think that we have to understand, like, even though justice is you're a murderer, it is based off what you can prove. And for a fact, with no unreasonable doubt, you can prove he's an idiot and he's a punk and his mindset, for whatever reason, for this black woman was to go that hard. And that for sure is manslaughter. I have not watched anything to even give a... And now if I like listen to the testimony, look at the facts, and learn more about this, I might very well be like, this motherfucker should have got murdered. But at least he's not gonna... Like, I shouldn't like... celebrate that at least he's not getting away with it, because like, okay, like that's not good, you know. Shouldn't celebrate mediocrity or like just basic shit. But I'm just saying, like, I need to finish watching before I give an opinion. Let me just finish watching.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at these comments. Everybody's going in, y'all. I don't know how there's 10 people in here but only 4 likes.
Let's get the likes up, good people.
Bendy, Susan, Autumn, Maddie, Nefertiti. Let me see. So I know they got some stuff in here. All right, let's get it going, y'all.
Yeah, we'll go back and
We'll go back and check your comments. So if you know, like, you got something juicy, send it in the super chat or send it again, something.
yeah.
Because we got stuff going on. Okay, hold on. All right. We're going to do a little recap. All right.
The spinal cavity.
Oh, is this a different one? Oops.
It's the.
It looks the same.
Is she a teacher?
I don't know.
What is? Do you all know in the chat? Is she a teacher? What's her career path? I just find it interesting.
I don't understand what
talking
happened
about the
to my
spinal
video. Oh, it was this one. Okay, I got it. Then I'll go back to that one. It's okay. We just need to keep it muted for me.
L Car, what's up?
L Car. All right, we're ready.
All right.
Unmuted?
Oh.
I think we are.
Yeah.
Sir, show me your hands.
And communication is the key.
I'm sorry.
That's what we stress here.
I'm sorry.
When we
Y'all know I'm silly.
Life or death situation.
I just need y'all to. Can I zoom in? Yes, I can. Okay, hold on, y'all. Look at this. Look at the black guy. This is the reporter. He is feeling it way too much.
Sir, show me your
I've
hands.
been waiting my whole life for this moment.
That's what we stress here.
I'm so
when
sorry.
we
None
run
of this
all
is
our
funny.
recruits through our police academy here in Monmouth.
None of this is funny, but the way that reporter looked. One more time. I'm sorry.
New York City, where a noise complaint
Look at
Sir, drop the hammer,
Wait.
please.
quickly escalated into a life or death situation.
Sir, show me your hands.
And communication is the key. That's
Why
what we
did he get
stress
down on
here
one
when
knee?
we
I'm
run all our
scared
recruits
taking
through
it.
our police academy here in Monmouth
All right,
County.
sorry.
It's all about de-escalation and communication.
Atatiana's family welcomes the officer's arrest, but her brother says the way Fort Worth police are trained is partly to blame.
When training isn't adequate, you have to fix the training.
Fort Worth Police Chief Ed Krause fought back tears as he talked about the impact of the shooting on other cops.
They're out there trying to build these relationships, and I likened it to a bunch of ants building an anthill, and then somebody comes.
As he talked, says the way Fort Worth
When we run,
police are trained is partly to blame.
When training isn't adequate, you have to fix the training.
Fort Worth Police Chief Ed Krause fought back tears as he talked about the impact of the shooting on other cops.
They're out there trying to build these relationships, and I likened it to a bunch of ants building an anthill, and then somebody comes with a hose and washes it away, and they just have to start from scratch and build over.
Oh,
I think
poor
that's gonna
you.
be all.
Poor you. Oh my God, those poor people. Fuck you. Listen, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Like, stay focused. Stay
Hold on.
focused.
I think it was muted. We weren't muted, but it was muted. That's weird. What's going on?
Unmuted.
I don't know what happened with
I
that.
can't even believe this. They didn't even hear nothing that happened. You know. Okay, you ready?
Go ahead.
We got
Isn't adequate, you have to fix the training.
Fort Worth Police Chief Ed Krause fought back tears as he talked about the impact of the shooting on other cops.
They're out there trying to build these relationships, and I likened it to a bunch of ants building an anthill, and then somebody comes with a hose and washes it away, and they just have to start from scratch and build over. I think that's going to be all. Thank you.
I think I can't take it anymore.
Oh, I see what happened. It wasn't muted. It was muted on this page, but when we switched to the other one, that phone wasn't muted. Okay, we good.
All right, guys. Here's the thing. This is 3 years ago, so I don't know what's happened since, but I'm just going to say this. I don't know what happened with the rest of this conversation. I think there's validity in the fact that it sucks for the good cops when bad cops do things or stupid cops do things, but I just want to make sure that this is my first time seeing this man, so I don't know if he was on point, but just keep the focus, you know? Keep the focus. What we got?
Nefertiti says, I think she was studying to be a doctor. Wow.
Dito. Poor baby.
Wow. Let's see.
Maddie.
Yes, same thing. If anyone creeps around my house at 3 a.m., I'm grabbing my gun, period.
She said period.
Concurred. Autumn says, I know you...
she's responding to something else. So you should probably go up to find out what she's talking about. Ooh, Maddie said, can you go what Maddie said? Maddie said, that little boy is traumatized for the rest of his life. On top of witnessing a murder, he had to relive it during the trial and be cross-examined. God bless his little heart.
Just imagine, so he's 11 now. Imagine once he gets to like 17 and really, 18, really start to understand what happened. And then when he get a little bit older and he can like analyze things a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like because at 8, like it's bad, but it don't really hit you until you get older to really understand what happened?
Imagine, did she pass right away? Because if she did, then he just was like with her inside. Like with her. That's really horrible. Nefertiti said, I am whiter than
Autumn.
white. Oops. Nefertiti did not say I'm whiter than white. Sorry. Autumn Ray said, I am whiter than white can be. But this shit makes me feel so ashamed. I get into arguments all the time about this sort of thing. I'm so fed up with racism. I'm going to tell you, Autumn, I'll be honest with you. I don't think you should be ashamed of the crimes and stupidity of other people because, I'm just going to say something. I know a lot of black people do not agree with me with this, but like, some people take on like the responsibility of those that look like them. Like, y'all embarrassing me. Like did something so ignorant and ghetto. You guys are embarrassing us. You guys look bad for Puerto Rican people. You guys look bad for black people. I have never been that type. Like, y'all don't represent me. Like, I am not a part of that. Like, I have not done that. So I don't know. She died almost immediately. I'm not saying I appreciate that you feel such emotion towards it and that it's not something that technically can happen to you, right? You can't be in that same experience. I appreciate it. But I'm just saying, I just think that certain people, we shouldn't take on the responsibility of other people's dumbass actions and disrespect. Especially racism.
I get both sides. I think I agree with the I agree with the bottom line of what you're saying because like at the end of the day, you're never going to be able to do anything about the other person. So all you have to do is be an example of who you are and let people see you for who you are.
Yes.
And hopefully they can understand, okay, well, this person is, a better representation of, one, yourself, but also like, just a good example of who people can be. But I think the other thing is what Autumn is talking about, which is I think we can all agree when it comes to certain things that, people that are that kind of, resemble you. And, I've been in a situation like that before too as well, where it's like people do something that's so bluntly stupid. And it's like, damn, oh shit, like that was one of us. You know what I mean? Like in your mind, you kind of say it.
I just realized what you were saying. Like, was he black?
Yeah, you say that. You're like, shit, I hope it wasn't one of, I think everybody do that to some extent. At least in your head. You may not express it, but I think everybody.
But I know I hear you, but I'm also not like embarrassed.
Right,
like,
yeah.
I'm not ashamed because some idiot did some idiot shit out there. He ain't my brother. I didn't raise him. Like, he doesn't have nothing to do with my family. But I also think I get the point. Let's be real. I get the point though, because somebody else that thinks in like broad spectrums is just gonna see you and decide you have something to do with it. Like they're like, black man, beard, gold chain, hoodlum. And it's like, he's never been in a hood in his life. So like, how can you say that about him just cause? So
I was born and raised in the hood. What are you talking about?
What, childhood?
Huh?
Childhood?
No.
All right, sorry. Let's get to it. Let's get to the next video. And Jackie, what's up, our baby? We haven't seen you in a while. Jackie. All right, guys, let's get to this next one. This one's going to be a little heavier. This is the night she was killed and a body cam recreation. Can you take that down, baby?
Running is not good for you if you are trying to lose belly fat.
The best way to...
All right, let's see what we got.
Can you just mute me though?
Let's see. Nefertiti says, same, Reina. And Elcar says, agreed, Reina. And what's up, Jackie?
What's up, Jackie?
Let's see what else we got. What else do they got?
I think everybody's like just saying hi.
Yeah.
But another young lady said, Ella said, please aim for the kill shot because Nefertiti said that she pretty much died instantly. You know, I don't know what police aim for. When they be getting the autopsies, they be shooting people in the legs, the ankles, the necks, the ears. They would just be fucking shooting. Okay, they just shoot. Now if they have military background, those motherfuckers get the kill shot. Okay, they get right in there. Unfortunately, sorry, I say that. Sometimes I talk way too.
Glad you're doing okay, Jackie.
Oh
She said she was
yeah, in the hospital.
Glad you're doing well.
COVID and the flu is going around. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get the body cam footage that was reenacted and show what happened.
Let's start when the video starts. 2:31 a.m. and 42 seconds. The body camera video shows the officer checking the front door of the house. You see the screen door closed, but the front door is open. From there, the officer walks to the right, to the east side of the house. You can see the white car parked under the carport. The officer walks up to the side door. That screen door there is also closed, but the main door, again, is open. Let's start when the video starts. 2:31 a.m. and 42 seconds. The body camera video shows the officer checking the front door of the house. You see the screen door closed, but the front door is open. From there, the officer walks to the right, to the east side of the house. You can see the white car parked under the carport. The officer walks up to the side door. That screen door there is also closed, but the main door, again...
Hold on. I'm not trying to be funny, but that house looks like really wild, though. It looked like either it's really dirty or something happened.
I mean, it's an 8-year-old running wild.
I don't know. I'm just saying it does look kind of wild. And then when you went to the front door, it looked like that too. I mean, it could just be dirty, but I don't know. We missed you too, Jackie.
It's open, so the officer can see into the house. When the officer gets to the back of the house, there's a blue car parked in front of the garage. He turns on his flashlight and checks the gate to the backyard. That's at 2:32 a.m. and 24 seconds. It's been 42 seconds since he checked the front door, and he has not identified himself as a police officer. Wow. At 2:32 a.m. and 48 seconds, the officer opens the gate and walks into the backyard. You see the air conditioning unit at the back of the house there. Just 8 seconds later, you see the officer walk to the window at the back of the house. Atatiana Jefferson is standing on the other side of that window. You hear the officer yell, "Put your hands up, let me see your hands."
Put your hands up, show me your hands!
He immediately fires the single shot through the window, killing Atatiana.
I'll start. This was the dumbest shit. Literally, the worst thing that could have happened, this was it. Like, they said that you walked up, not they said, the body footage shows you walked up to a screen where you can look into the house. You said, this isn't the opportunity to say who I am, or to knock on a door, or to even, if you want to, break in. I'm gonna walk around to the second, and I'm gonna see another screen where I can look in. Yeah, I don't feel like saying who I am, or knocking on a door, or breaking in even. I'm gonna walk around again. oh wait, it's a person right there. Put your hand up. I'm gonna shoot it down.
First of all, what I don't understand is why should I put my fucking hands up? Who are you? Like, what does that even mean to me? Put your hands up. Why? You at my house, nigga? Like, what? I'm sorry. It just really pissed me off. I'm sorry. What do you mean? Put your hands up. You haven't said police. Put your hands up. Like, I'm a police officer. Drop the gun. Like, nothing. Just put your hands up. Imagine driving and someone says, pull over. Like, why? Who are you? You're not a cop. Why would I pull over? You sound crazy. Not that he gave her a chance to respond. He just killed her. And she probably saw the flashlights outside with someone looking in her car and looking at the back gate and had a flashlight. She probably noticed the flashlight.
I don't know what to say about that. There's literally like not even an excuse that you can make for him. If you want to be on his side, like what could you say to justify this? Oh, he was scared.
About to find out.
He was afraid at 35 years old, going into a person's property, looking into their house, going to a second door where you can look into their house, going around the back, and then decide to shoot. Like, and this is what they were talking about, I guess, when they get into the training. When they said the specifics, and here's the thing. I understand, you know, being in pressure situations, but of all people that should be able to handle pressure situations, it should be the people that's supposed to be the best under pressure situations. Like, that's a very clutch moment where you decide the fate of a person, where they live or die. Like, he couldn't see who was on the other side of that.
Didn't know what was happening.
He couldn't see nothing. There was a curtain right there. And he says, put your hands up. What if she did put her hands up? What if there was her action? What if she had no gun? What if she put her hands up? And you shoot within seconds. You didn't say nothing. You just shoot, and then hopefully, I'm like, what were you expecting? What was the ideal outcome of that situation that you wanted? You go to the house, you look inside, nobody there. You look on the other side, nobody there. You go around to the back and shoot. Like, was this your game plan when you went into the situation?
What I don't understand, to your point, what I don't understand is you look angry.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is my first time learning about this, so
you're nostril up hot.
Because it's like so. And again, the one thing that we gotta understand is like hindsight is always 20/20, right? Like, I can dissect everything that went wrong in the situation, and that's why I say pressure situations. You act differently, you freeze up, all this stuff, but still, like you in that type of moment, like you look into the house and see nothing. I don't know. Anyways, go ahead.
Real quick, Autumn said she didn't have a chance. She was doomed from the start. She had absolutely no chance of surviving this. Fix. What can you do? Ella said, the whole thing makes me sick. It could have been any of us, even that little nephew. Yeah, completely true. It could have been the baby. Yes, guys, if you're coming in and you haven't already, make sure you are liking.
Hit the like.
Subscribing.
Get us up to 10 likes at least. Can you imagine if that was the baby? Like, under that type of situation, like he literally didn't even wait.
Bullet didn't hit her and hit the 8-year-old.
He didn't even wait 10 seconds, 15 seconds to see if someone did put their hands up or nothing. You're on that person's property. You didn't say nothing about who you were when you walked up to the door. You didn't bang, knock or something, give people a notice, police.
I mean, the damn mailman do better than that.
Like, I would have did the same exact, everything that she did. Now, one thing I will say is I would never, like, put myself in front of the window.
I thought that was a little weird. Like, why is she right in the middle? I'm like
I'm
this,
always peek around or whatever. You know, just especially if you're on, like I said, if you're on the first floor.
We've been on the first floor before.
We have.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like,
cool. I hate the first floor. It scares me.
But I'm saying, like, in that situation, like, what else could she have done better? She's in her home.
Is there someone out there?
Looking out her house, like, is she supposed to announce herself
Right,
in
like,
her
that's the
house?
dumbest shit.
Hey, I'm here.
Hello?
Like to a robber, because that's all
Who's
in her
there?
mind. That's what she think it is, or somebody
Right.
else. Like she's in Fort Worth. I don't know if y'all know about Fort Worth, but
I don't know nothing about Fort Worth.
Fort Worth has the nickname of Murder Worth.
No, it doesn't.
No, I swear to God, look it up, Google it. I ain't
Is
lying.
Fort Worth that dangerous?
I mean, in parts of it, the majority, like not majority, but there's a lot of parts of it. Like it has a nickname, Murder Worth. Type it in on Google, it's gonna pop up, and you're gonna see like Bloods, Crips. They all migrated here from Cali. Like it's look it up.
What y'all
It's
doing
true.
in Fort Worth?
I'm saying this is why I look into that stuff because I like to be aware.
I was telling him we
But-
should move there because it's cheaper. Never mind.
No, like I know a lot about that situation, but what I'm saying is like it has that type of nickname. So in her mind, especially if she's from Texas and she's from that area, she knows I'm from Chicago and I know about it. You know what I'm saying? So like imagine her growing up in that area. Imagine her knowing what's going on. I know everything that's going on over there. I know all the people that's popular. I can go into like all the specifics in politics. So someone that's actually there, she's already on edge. She's like, who is this outside my house? She thinking like that. She thinking protection mode. She got a gun out. She know what's up. And the police, of all people.
Right.
Of all people.
Ella said when she says kill shot in a CCW class, you are told to aim chest up. Got it. Got it. All right, guys, let's get back to the video because we have a lot to learn, Naj and I, and you guys seem to a lot of y'all seem to know about this already. And I gotta say, I appreciate all your passion, Autumn and Nefertiti. I'm so glad you guys know a lot about this already. Susan, it seems like that you knew about this too, but I just Googled it and it's on Urban Dictionary. Talk about Murder Worth. Nefertiti.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back to it then.
Got a lot to dive into, but first, can you imagine the guilt that neighbor feels
clear
for
out, Sam.
calling police to Jefferson's home? He saw an open door and did what we're supposed to do when we think something's not right.
But when the officers arrived, things went so very wrong. Here's Rebecca Lopez.
And they go open the gate.
James Smith never thought a simple call to police to check on his neighbor would lead to this.
Put your hands up. Show me your hands. I'm devastated because people say, well, James, it's not your fault. You're not your fault.
Who is this?
But I made a call.
This is the neighbor, that
neighbor.
made the wellness check call. He's like, I wanted to make sure they were okay, so I did a wellness check, and that's what the fucking cop did.
He didn't do nothing wrong. I know he got like survivor's remorse or whatever they call it, or like he feel like he was a person to blame, but like he just trying to do his best as a neighbor. You know?
Well, let's hear the rest. I wonder what made him think they needed a wellness check. Oh, Susan said, from the 1980s to the early 2000s, gang violence was so common, Fort Worth was nicknamed Murder Worth per Google. Let me tell you something. You want something Googled? You want to know some facts? Susan and Chuckle's going to figure it out, okay? They're not going to play.
James, it's not your fault. You're not your fault. But I made a call. I made the call because I thought that they were going to do what I called them to do.
Wow.
Check on my neighbor. And they didn't do that.
He says he was sitting on his porch around 2 a.m. Saturday when he saw his neighbor's doors open, which is unusual. Initially, he says he crossed the street and got to the driveway.
And I noticed all the lights were on. It was bright. I didn't hear anything, didn't see anything. And because I don't have any weapon, I don't know who's in there, if anybody's in there. And I thought best to go call the police.
So he called and waited for a squad car and planned to talk to officers when they got there. But he says it happened so quickly. And when it was over, his 28-year-old neighbor, Atatiana Jefferson, was dead.
This is the most tragic thing in my life. Most tragic thing in my life. And there's no erasing that. It can't be erased.
He's lived on the same street for 50
Oh, wait. Go ahead. Finish that over.
years and says he's always watched out for his neighbors. He says some people have criticized him for calling police, but he says he thought he was doing the right thing.
I've prayed.
Can you imagine? He lived on that street for 50 years. That is crazy.
50 years old.
Like, they said people have criticized him for calling police, and he figured it was the right thing to do. And in that moment, that backfired. Keep in mind this as well. You know, there's a huge community, right, within the communities of people that are super anti-police, right? They say don't call the police, don't say, you know, don't like, don't call the police for when situations happen. Like let the streets handle it and all this type of stuff in those communities. I'm not saying that that's the right way to be, right? I'm not saying that I'm for that. What I am saying, imagine how much this solidified that for those people.
Right. They will never call the police again.
Like the time that it does get called, this is going to be an example of what happens. I'm not saying what's right, I'm not saying what's wrong, but I'm saying what actually happened and what's facts. Like
that's the memories they're gonna have forever in that neighborhood.
Like at 2:30 in the morning, this situation, he called the police. Him being there for 50 years.
How many times do you think he's called the police?
She was basically half the age that he's been living there, and he called the police, and this is what happened. Can you imagine that? Like she lost her life in this situation on that block. And again, I'm sure it's in that area. And from looking at the area, like a kind of got a glimpse of like where it possibly is. Like this is the example. And the people that are super anti, don't call the police, let the streets handle it. Imagine what's gonna happen now.
Imagine what's gonna happen now.
And what has been happening since then, because this was 3 years ago. You know. And again, like I said, that's the area, Fort Worth, that they got the nickname Murder Worth and those areas and such. And like this type of situation. This example, what's his name? Aaron or Dean something?
Who?
Aaron Dean, the guy that did the police officer.
Aaron.
This is going to be a thing that they go to as a reasoning for it, right? I'm not saying what's right, I'm not saying what's wrong, but I'm just saying what actually happened was facts, and this is a bad situation, you know?
I mean, in retrospect, that police chief's comments do make more sense to me, like, with that being said, now that I understand, like, more, like, the neighborhood is in bad neighborhood, they were working to build the trust, and then this man comes in and does this dumb shit.
From scratch.
It makes more sense to me now why he said it like that. Y'all gotta know, we're coming in, like, this is literally the only information we've ever gotten is what we're watching with y'all right now.
We're learning as we go, yeah.
Hey, Mickey.
Because I haven't,
Tennessee sweetheart. Sorry. Go ahead. You said you haven't what?
No, I was just saying I don't know nothing. Everything I'm learning about it is what I know about it. I didn't know nothing prior to this. I didn't even know her name. I didn't know nothing about the situation.
I still don't know how to pronounce her name.
I think it's Atatiana.
Has someone said it yet?
No, but I mean,
I feel
Atatiana is a name. So
Atatiana sounds better. Like, sounds more. I was saying Atania. I was messing it up. Poor baby. Yes. So we're gonna wrap up this video with the neighbor. So this just solidified what we were saying though. And if you go back to the body cam footage now, it makes it that much more bizarre. So you're like, hey, her door's open, not normal. Can you just check to make sure they're okay? Why would you not say hello as a police officer?
Wait, so, that's why he called, because the door was just open.
Yes, I think what happened was they probably just forgot it was open, which has happened to me before, where, like, babe, we've left our keys in the goddamn door all night long. Yeah. Like, the keys. Someone could be like, call the cops. It looks like they got kidnapped, and then, like, someone took them, and their keys are in the door.
That's the crazy. Okay, so it's making more sense now that like that was the. Because I was also wondering like why did he call? Like did he hear something? Like was there like a situation that happened? But the door was unlocked. I mean, it was open. The screen was closed, but the door was open, and it's 2 a.m. So that does make sense. It's just like, hey, check up, see what's going on. He said he ain't got no protection, no gun, or nothing, so he couldn't do nothing. You know, they'll bring a knife to a gunfight. So he called the police. And then they supposed to go just and check and see, hey, knock, y'all good in there? He come out with his gun out from the beginning, from the jump, and nobody right there, nobody on the side, in the back, police. Oh, did he say police?
He never said it. He has never announced, to this day, nobody knows this motherfucker's a police officer.
So he does.
He never said it. Hey, Liz.
Insane.
And we're going to call our little angel Tay-Tay. Because Tennessee said they call her Tay-Tay.
Okay. That's what I agree with Nefertiti. The real sad part is no one in that neighborhood will call the police, and that's a real dangerous And that's really dangerous for the community.
Very dangerous for the community, because the reality is, it's not like people have damn like superheroes, neighborhood watch, even gangs would protect people. Like they don't have, it's nothing like how it was like in the 80s, 70s, and 60s, right? You're kind of on your own, and the criminals are going to be like, can't wait to get in there. So it's like, like a lose-lose for this community. Like, you're kind of fucked.
And think about it, like, a lot of people that are in those neighborhoods, they can't afford to move out of those neighborhoods. For example, with him, the guy, he was there for 50 years. There's probably a lot of people there that stay there that long. So, in addition to that, people that are on that block, they probably all experienced that. They probably all still there to this day. This is only 3 years ago.
Right.
So that's going to be the representation. I know he ain't calling the police no more. He has survivor's remorse. He has all type of remorse.
He'll never do it again.
He will never do that. So whatever happens on the block, it's going to stay on the block, unfortunately.
Oh, God, this is fucked up. Tennessee sweetheart and Jackie, they burnt cheeseburgers and opened the doors to get the smoke out and forgot they were open. Jackie said her and the nephew were cooking and burnt some food, opened the doors to air the smoke out.
How many times that shit on?
That has happened to us a lot, where we just like open all the doors. And it's so easy. We've left our patio door open before. Like a couple times. We come back in the morning like, oh shit, we left the door open. You know what I mean? Like, I have lived in a house where young people, you tell them like, oh, go close the door, and they get distracted on the way and don't end up closing the damn doors. And you thought your doors were closed, and then you like wake up like the whole fucking house is wide open.
And again, like, we gotta think, like, this is the social media age. Like, how much stuff have we done? And then we look at our phone and we get distracted, and then it's a whole...
Everything stops.
Like, we have multiple worlds that we live in, right? Like, we're all in our own world right now. Yeah. There's probably something I forgot to do out there right now that's going on, right? Or maybe someone in the chat or whatever that we just forget about, and we get lost into certain situations. It's so easy to do this type of stuff. You know what I mean? It's so easy to forget to lock something up. It's 2 a.m, her willpower down. You're not thinking about everything being on point, all that type of stuff. Like, she was cooking burgers, like trying to feed the kid, basically.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much that's going on.
Yeah. Guys, if you are in here, make sure you are liking, subscribing, and showing love as you can. Make sure you remember we are here. Like, subscribe, all that good. Join our Patreon. Mickey said, as a neighbor, I would not have called the police for this situation. And then, I want to make sure I put this up very quickly. I'm not blaming the neighbor, though.
No, I agree. I definitely, in that situation, I would definitely wouldn't call the police. Especially if I didn't hear nothing crazy and there ain't nothing going on. Like, it's just the doors open. I don't think, well, first of all, I probably want to hit the awareness to, like, look out and see what somebody else is doing, the neighbors, and they got the door open. But, like, even still, it's like, you know, they busy. They got the door open. Ain't nothing crazy going on. I don't hear no gunshots. I don't hear nothing. I'm not thinking that in depth to call the police. You know what I mean?
My thing is, like, I may have threw a rock at the door, like, hello? Like just like, I don't know. But I just feel like I may not even thought that deep into it. I just would have kept going. But he's an older man. He probably knows there's a young woman that lives there and wants to make sure she's okay, because that's not normal. Like, why in this neighborhood, why is your door open at 2:00 in the morning?
That's
like
true.
That might be like someone could be hurting her, and I just want to make sure she's okay.
Especially if there's multiple doors open.
Right. So here's the thing, guys. In the comments, and you can be honest, because there's no judgment here. Y'all know that. But, you know, would you have called the police in that situation, or would you have done something else? Either checked on them yourself or just kind of ignored it. So it's either 1 or 2. 1, if you would have called the police. 2, if you would have just kind of done it on your own or left it alone. Because I want to know if we're all on the same page with that. So, Susan said, I just looked up the neighbor on Facebook. Well-spoken, lots of great thoughts. He's definitely an advocate for Tay-Tay. By the way, she was gorgeous. Yes, they were playing games. They were playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, they were definitely distracted.
Whew.
Like, I don't play like video games, but I mean I have, you know what I mean, when I was younger, and I get it. It's like being trapped in a whole another world, you know, especially playing 2K when I was younger. But the games have evolved over the last 15 years. You know what I mean? So it's a whole nother world of what you get into. And then on top of that, for example, like my little brother Tuda, he's like, what is he?
He's
16
an
now?
actual gamer.
Yeah. Shockingly
like
enough,
a real gamer.
Now we gotta say previously because he said he don't play on no more out of nowhere.
He said he's not a gamer anymore.
Yeah, but
did you get a girlfriend? Like, what's going on?
The boy driving now.
Oh,
he's literally driving. He got a driver's license.
I can't breathe.
At 16.
His brother is so cute and sweet, and he just keeps growing, and he's getting taller than Najee. And Najee be fighting him, and I'm like, one of these days he gonna whoop your
that's why I train.
ass. And
that's
I'm
why
gonna laugh.
I'll be training to the day I'm up out of here. But my little brother, so he's 16 now. But every time I was like, Tuda, go do this or go do that, he'd be like, okay, well I can't press pause because could you give me a minute? Like literally the games now they train them and they build the game so you can't stop it in the middle of it. I guess the Call of Duty or whatever the other one Fortnite. It was one called ain't nothing up in here, girl.
All I had was a little glass. That's it.
Babe.
Go ahead.
You know what happened. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so they started off, they making the games now so you can't stop it. So I can only imagine they playing the game, they're like, okay, well, whatever going on ain't that bad. They thinking it's going to be a normal situation, and they can't stop the game in the middle of it. Got to wait till the end or whatever. They can't press pause. So, you know, they super distracted. It's a normal day. They ain't thinking too much of nothing except for
having a good old time.
You know, be right back.
Okay, so to answer the question, so I asked you guys, 1, would you call the cops? 2, would you not? There's no judgment. There's no right answer. In this particular case, there is no right answer because the man that called the police is not part of the problem. It's the police officer, right? So Mickey said 2. So we kind of knew you're what sparked the question, my love. Autumn Rain said, I would absolutely not have called the motherfucking police. That's what she said. Bindi said 1, they would have called the police. Okay. And then Tennessee Sweetheart said 2, I would have tried to call. Do you mean like call the neighbor, maybe? Susan said 2, I'd feel just like the neighbor post guilt. Elcar said, I've been in the same house all 43 years of my life, and I can say without a doubt it depends on the neighbor. I think that's very, very fair. Nefertiti, I would call out from the doorway. I don't have a weapon, so I wouldn't enter. If no one replied or I heard screaming, I'm calling the police. I think that's a really normal response. Autumn Rain says, I would have called the neighbor or walked to the door. The only way I would have called the police if I knew for sure something bad was going on. I don't exactly trust police either. Susan, not that it is at all the same, but how many of us close a door to a car that's open in a parking lot? I sit and stare for a second and then close if no one's there. I've actually will close trunks, but then I think like, damn, I hope nobody like doesn't have the key and they were hoping it was open. I always feel bad when I do that because I think I'm protecting someone or helping them, but then I think like, what if they really left it open on purpose? For a specific reason, and I just took control of their shit because I was worried for them. But I actually have the type to close somebody else's shit just in case. Nefertiti, Elcar, I was thinking that too, but didn't say it, LOL. Like, my elderly neighbors that have known me for decades, I would check on them before calling. The new neighbors, I would look but call the police. Bindi said, I would only call the police if it was more obviously a break-in. I would call the neighbor. Tennessee Sweetheart said, yes, call the neighbor just to see if she was okay. Touche, Elcar. Guys, this is also a great example of why you probably should have your neighbor's phone numbers, right? Personally, it's funny. I gave Starbucks gift cards to people in my area because we knew we were having like a birthday party, and I'm like, hello, my name's Reina, I'm your neighbor, here you go. Here's a gift card for coffee in the morning in case I keep you up because we're kicking it tonight. And that's it. But that's like usually the only time I really engage my neighbors. But this is kind of reminding me like maybe I should be I should have my neighbor's number. Because when you guys say call them, like, how do you have their number? I would never. But maybe I should. I don't know. I never touched someone's car. Yeah, girl, I'm extra. I don't know what's wrong with me. Autumn Rain said, I've done that too, Susan. Neppy said, Elkhart said, Neffy, the sad thing is, I'm the second eldest on the block. Years ago, I was the baby. That's sad. Susan said, yes, Reina. I called the store too one time too, so they'd make an announcement, but they were like, yeah, so whatever. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back to this video because we have a lot to learn, and I have like an hour. But guys, before we get started, I just want to make sure it's clear that we got 12 people in the chat, but only like 9 likes, and I don't like it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do that to me.
Wow.
You can have some.
That's it.
All right, let's get to it. Hold on, almost there. Hold on, almost there. This man love to go fast. All right.
This mural is not far from where Atatiana Jefferson lost her life. As the officer charged in the case prepares for trial, one community leader talked to us about the impact of her death and the family's quest for justice.
No comment. Former Fort Worth police officer Aaron Dean repeated the same words leaving court Tuesday morning. He's charged in the shooting death of 28-year-old Atatiana Jefferson.
You don't have anything to say at all?
2 years ago.
No comment at this time.
When it happened, it just blew us away. It was so shocking.
Shocking to Barbara Sanders with the Black Chamber of Commerce, who had already joined a task force to improve police-community relations. In October 2019, prosecutors say Aaron Dean shot and killed Atatiana Jefferson. The task force to
I wish you was here to see it.
But yeah, it's kind of like different when. And she's born the same year as you, baby.
Yeah.
At this time.
When it happened, it just blew us away. It was so shocking.
Shocking to Barbara Sanders with the Black Chamber of Commerce, who had already joined a task force to improve police-community relations. In October 2019, prosecutors say Aaron...
definitely not live at this. Elkhart says...
I got you.
Thank you.
What did Elkhart say?
Go to Elkhart. Love up.
He's sharing a Capri Sun in a glass.
I don't know why that was so funny to me.
But what is he what is he talking about?
Capri Sun, the drinks.
What about it?
You just saying it's sharing a Capri Sun.
Who is that?
Us, babe. When I was trying to get the glass.
Oh, I didn't understand. Why do you have to, okay, I didn't get it. You all whining again, you too? Oh. Yes. He only got one bottle. I don't understand why he does that every time. Ooh, Kathy with the super chat. Oh wait, I gotta do this thing.
Kathy. Yes, hit that.
Kathy, we missed you.
Thank you so much for the $10 super chats.
Our beautiful, beautiful moderator said, "Hi, my sisters and brothers from another mother." My sisters and brothers from another mother missed you all. Yes, we missed you too, Kathy.
Kathy.
I like his enunciation of her name. I'll be honest, I didn't hear it. I should have listened. Hey everyone, I forgot to say hi as I came into this chat like a rabid dog began to ran right away. You sure did not say hi, but because I was like, did she? Like, you don't have to. You can't. You come in how you want to, Mama. But it was funny because I was like, I feel like she must have said something before this because she came in hot.
I think it's because, like, with certain topics that we talk about, like, since, you know, they've already seen it and such, the conversation continues. So they just like, oh, yes, I got to get this out. Because I get it. It's like, you know, when there's certain things that you keep in mind, even when I'm on, like, you know, other streams or something like that, for something that I'm thinking about, and then I see somebody, like, talking about it, it's like whatever was in your mind, that's how you express it. So she was probably already ready to roll and ready to.
She saw the title. She's like, I've been waiting for this all fucking day.
Like,
You know, because you watch these things on your own.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
You watch them on your own. You like the clapping, not so much the horn. Got it. Thank you, Vindy. You watch it on your own. You're like, wow, this is crazy. And you're just like kind of like chatting to other people, but you're not really get to engage people really on it. So this is definitely it. Before we get to the next one, I just saw a super chat come in from, who did it come in from?
Susan D.
Susan D. Okay, we gotta do what Mindy said. Chuckles is laid out showing us love while Susan's showing us love too. I'll get in on this too. Happy holidays. Let me send some snow. I know you miss it. Y'all, that's so sweet of you, Susan.
Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Greatly appreciate you.
I hate to disappoint you though. I do not miss the snow. But I think it's so sweet that you thought about us. Like that's all that matters to me. What a sweetie pie. All right. Let's get to the rest of this video. What'd you point to? This? It feels like it unmutes on its own or something. That's kind of cool.
Already joined a task.
Okay. Oops. Fix. Oh, well, I'll just do this until it comes back. I don't know what I've done.
Just reverse it. Tap back.
It seems like it's tap backwards like this.
Yeah. All right, it should be good.
All right, it should be good. It looks a little choppy, but it's okay. Okay.
The same words leaving court Tuesday morning. He's charged in the shooting death of 28-year-old Atatiana Jefferson.
You don't have anything to say at all?
2 years ago.
No comment at this time.
Oh,
when it happened, it's just blew us away. It was so shocking.
Good, we can pause it and go because our baby Meg is in here.
Sending love.
Woo! Hey Meg. Hey, sorry I can't stay, but wanted to say hello. We miss you, Meg, and we love your commentary. But come back in the comments after the live when you have time, and we'll still engage you in our comments in the regular YouTube section. It doesn't have to be in the live, even though the live is fun.
It is.
So,
thank you so much for the $3.50 super chat, Meg.
Yes, thank you, Meg. All right, let's get back to this side.
Shocking to Barbara Sanders with the Black Chamber of Commerce, who had already joined a task force to improve police community relations. In October 2019, prosecutors say Aaron Dean shot and killed Atatiana Jefferson while conducting a welfare check at her home.
Put your hands up. Show me your hands.
Eventually, prosecutors filed charges against Dean.
Rarely does a police officer ever get charged.
Right.
So the fact that this officer was charged to begin with caused the community to feel in a way they had never felt before. It doesn't mean there's going to be justice. It means that at least we're getting to the trial stage.
Mr. Dean's case.
During Dean's hearing Tuesday, the judge swore in additional witnesses and rescheduled trial for January 10th. Sanders urges people to stay calm when that time comes, especially after what he's seen around the country in similar cases.
That'll conclude this proceeding.
My advice would be that whatever happens, we take this in stride and we keep fighting for what we know we need.
Especially knowing that Aaron Dean's day in court, again, is just around the corner in Fort Worth.
Wow.
What are your thoughts on that? They gave her a street. The black activists are coming along to...
I mean, I will say I love that they gave her a street. I think that that's something that's going to be forever memorable, especially if they keep it forever, you know what I mean, within that area, or I forgot the specific location, because that's always going to be brought up. We always have to say streets whenever we're going places, so it's going to keep the conversation going, and it's going to make you think like who was, sometimes from time to time, maybe it's just me, but I like to look up certain streets that I see. Like, for example, like here in Dallas, I mean, the majority of people know who Dirk Nowitzki is in Dallas, but he has a street, right? It's Nowitzki Way. But so I think it being in Fort Worth, it's gonna always like be forever memorable. Now, there can be a lot more that's done, I think, and I think there's a lot more that has to be done specifically within the community, not the community, but like the police, the local policing, where it goes to how they're actually training these individuals,
Hey,
where
Friday.
it goes to how they're like prospecting, who they're letting in. You know, they got mental checks, like what's your background, looking at their records, like are you a person that's like, you know, cracks under pressure, putting them under certain pressure situations, because I know in Chicago at least, it seemed like it was pretty easy for people to get into, you know, the policing academy and that policing field. Like there's very little things that they had to go through. Now maybe it's changed over the course of years, but I know that people that were going into the policing field, and it wasn't that difficult. Like if I wanted to easily, especially the fitness test, you could pass that. But there's a lot of things that they put them through, and it doesn't seem like it was much that would like prevent a person from actually being able to become a police, you know. So it seems like the mental piece that they have to put them through, that's a little bit more, that needs to be a little bit more rigorous, I'll say, when it comes to fielding who's going to actually be able to. And again, this was 2019. I don't know if it was a lack of police officers. I don't know if it was a lack of, you know, they just need to get people in, which is what it sounds like if they let this fool in, and this is how he handles under pressure. I don't know. There just seems to be a lot, so I don't know. I'm glad that they did give her a street. There's more that can be done. I think this was a good step in the right direction as far as like continuing to talk about it. I'm glad we talking about it because again, I'm just now learning about it 3 years later. So it's good to have the conversation, you know, to keep pushing the message out so people can be aware of it, because I definitely wasn't aware of this specific situation. But yeah. Let's see here. Let's see what our good people are saying.
Sorry, guys. If I look like I'm not like here, I'm not. I had 4 of my employees write me at the same time, so I had to like write them back and confirm.
Tennessee Sweetheart says he never identified himself until after going into the front door, and only because his partner did. Wow. Until after going into the front door, so after he shot her.
Then he said it was a cop to the 8-year-old.
Sure, dude.
Don't worry, I'm one of the good guys. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Oh God, no! I really think we should go through them, but I also think we should get to.
Okay.
I'm so tired, and my phone keeps saying it's 9 a.m. and I know that's not the case.
Close. 57 minutes off.
That's really not close.
Of the former Fort Worth police officer, taking you out to a trial that is starting today of the former Fort Worth police officer standing trial in the 2019 killing of a woman. Erin Dean, who is white, was charged with murder after firing into a black woman's bedroom through a window. The shooting was witnessed by her then 8-year-old nephew, and right now we are hearing testimony of that right here on Live Now from Fox. Let's listen right here on Live Now.
Do you know the difference between a truth and a lie?
Yes, sir.
So, if I was to tell you, I'm holding up a marker. What color is this marker?
Red.
And let the record reflect I'm holding up a red marker. If I was to tell you this marker was blue, would that be a truth or a lie?
Lie.
Is it good to tell a lie?
Yes, sir.
What happens when people tell lies?
You get in big trouble.
You get in big trouble.
Guys, who is this talking to him? The prosecutor or the defense? Because I need to know.
For telling a lie. So, can you promise me that everything we're going to talk about today will be true things?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Zion. Zion, what's your favorite sport?
Basketball.
And who's your favorite basketball team?
The Grizzlies or the Lakers.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
John Morant.
I'm sorry?
John Morant.
John Morant? Why do you like him the most?
Because he's a new player, but he act like he's not. He got good confidence too.
He's not a grown man.
Yes, sir.
What grade are you in right now?
6.
You like school?
Yes, sir.
What do you like about school?
My teachers,
And what do you like most about your teachers?
they treat me well and they show me how to do problems if I don't know how to do it.
Do you have a favorite subject in school?
Math,
Why do you like math so much?
because I like doing multiplication and division.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
An NBA player,
Do you have a backup plan in case you're not an NBA player?
a scientist.
Oh, a scientist. That's a great job. Well, Zion, I want to talk to you this morning about your aunt, Atatiana. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Wait, what did you call your aunt, Atatiana? Did you have a special name for her?
Aunt Tay.
Aunt Tay. And did you used to live with Aunt Tay?
Yes,
And when did you live with Aunt Tay?
when she moved in with my granny.
And does your granny have a different name?
Her name is Yolanda.
Yolanda. Is your granny still here with us?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
And when did she die? Do you remember?
3 months after my auntie died.
3 months after your Aunt Tay?
Yes, sir.
And so where were you? Do you remember the name of the street that you lived at with your granny and your Aunt Tay?
East Avenue, I think.
East Avenue?
Guys, I'm gonna pause this because I'm gonna pause it more so because I know they're doing a lot of like rapport building with him first to get him comfortable. It's 20 minutes, so we're not gonna watch all of it. But that was enough for me to feel like this is great for the prosecutors. Like, what a great way to showcase that this shit happened in front of that little boy. Like, it makes you even more angry that this happened in front of this baby. Like, he's so adorable and sweet and, like,
intelligent.
Smart. Yeah, like, he's just...
Like, even just... Damn. It's crazy because if you just... Think about the average 11-year-old. No, actually, the average 8-year-old and then the average 11-year-old. Like, crazy, wild, playing, joking, you know what I mean? Like, just a kid.
Math.
This 11-year-old looks seasoned.
I like multiplication and division.
Like, he didn't stutter. He didn't have to think much. Like, it was like as clear as possible. You would have thought he was at minimum like 15. Not talking about looks, but like the way he's responding.
Yeah, he sounds like a little grown man.
The way, like tonality and the way he sounds. But then if you even look at his body language, sitting up, chest up, chin up, like answering all the questions, yes sir, no sir, like not hesitating.
Even when he made a mistake, he was like, like, boy, come on.
Like, you know, yes ma'am, okay, well, whatever, you know, no sir, or yes sir. Like, he was so well spoken. And like, you know what I mean? Almost as, I don't know. I just think that he did a great job, even just up until this point. But knowing all the answers, to not hesitate, knowing what he wanted to be, have a good mind, a head on his shoulders, you know. I'm just really happy to see that. But it's really sad as well, you know, for him to have to witness such a horrible thing in front of him. You know, just 3 years ago. He's only 11. Like,
only 11, man. Like, I remember 6th grade. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to fast forward some and see when we get to some of... I got to the most replayed part of the video. So, let's see what's up with that. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, let's not see what's up with that. Let's just go back, because now you got to put us back on our system. Put us back on our stuff, Papa. All right.
Let's see.
We're back already.
Cool.
Try to do that.
Yeah.
What other things did you used to do with Aunt Tay?
We used to go to the park all the time.
What would y'all do at the park?
sometimes we would play tag or hide and seek or just walk around in the little park area.
Did you love your Aunt Tay?
Yes, sir.
You miss her?
Yes, sir.
So I want to go back to the night that something happened to Aunt Tay. Is that okay if we talk about that?
Yes, sir.
So before you were in the bedroom with her, with Aunt Tay, what were you doing? What were y'all doing together?
Playing video games.
Before then, even, did y'all cook hamburgers that night?
Yes, sir.
Who cooked the hamburgers?
Me.
All right. Did you cook them just like you told us earlier?
Yes, sir. But I burnt them.
You burned them? How'd you know you burned them?
Because we were just playing games, then we just heard the alarm going off, then we opened it, a whole bunch of smoke came out of the oven.
And were you cooking these in the kitchen?
Yes, sir.
So
I mean, an
what did
8-year-old
you do after all the smoke came from burning the hamburger?
We opened up the screen door and let the smoke go out, and we were just having paper and going like that so the alarms could stop. And when it was done, we went back playing our video games.
Okay, I saw you made a motion with your hand while you were talking. I'm going to kind of explain what you did so the court reporter can type it up, and you tell me if I'm wrong, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so were you waving your hand in a back and forth motion in front of your face?
Yes, sir.
And were you doing that to show how you were waving the smoke out of the house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, did you eat those hamburgers? Did you eat them?
Yes. No, it was burnt. Only one of them survived.
Okay, so what'd you do with the burnt ones?
I threw it in the trash.
And what'd you do with the one that survived?
Ate it.
And what'd you put on it?
Ketchup, pickles, and mustard. I mean, lettuce.
Oh my God, he's
Was it a good hamburger?
It was.
What'd you do after you ate that hamburger?
I went to my auntie's bed and played on a Nintendo Switch.
And what's a Nintendo Switch? If I've never heard of it before, how would you explain it to me?
It's like a video game. It's a screen.
Real quick, I'm gonna fast forward, but this is great. Like, the audience is laughing. Everybody's in love with this little boy. There is no way a jury is gonna be like, we're gonna say it was someone else. Like, come on. This little boy, like, really went. And it sounds like he's almost orphaned. Like, where's his parents?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through some comments.
Yeah, you see, it was just his grandma.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this? The grandma was in the hospital when this happened, if I remember right.
Yeah. Dito, I just, oh, God, what a horrible thing.
Yeah. Yes, my heart, Rain says, yes, my heart's totally broken when I saw his testimony. That poor baby. I just detest that thing that stole his auntie away.
The cop is that thing.
Yeah, man.
This is some hard shit. I mean, dang. Okay, let's finish listening to what this baby got to say.
To a party so they could talk to each other.
How was she talking to him?
On a mic.
And was she hearing what they were saying?
Yes, sir.
And what game was she playing?
Ring Royale.
Ring Royale.
Yes, sir.
So, did you end up falling asleep that night?
No, sir. No, sir.
What room were you in while you were playing your Nintendo Switch with your Aunt Tay?
My Aunt Tay's room.
Aunt Tay's room. Were you on the bed, on the floor, or something different?
On the bed.
And do you remember what you were wearing?
Only underwears.
Were you under the covers or over the covers?
Under the covers.
Was it a little cold?
No.
No? It was good underneath the covers?
Yes, sir.
How long did Aunt Tay play video games that night?
Like an hour or 30 minutes.
Did you ever go to sleep at all?
No, sir.
Not before she heard a noise, you didn't fall asleep just for a little bit?
No, sir.
All right, so did your Aunt Tay hear a noise outside the bedroom?
Yes, sir.
What were you doing when your Aunt Tay heard that noise?
I was still playing on my Nintendo Switch.
How did you know your Aunt Tay heard a noise?
Because she told me, did you hear it? And I said no.
Was the lights on? Were the lights on in that bedroom?
Yes, sir.
And what did, after she told you she heard a noise, what did she do?
She went to get her weapon out her purse.
Where was her purse?
Next to her table where she worked at.
Before she heard that noise outside, where was your auntie sitting? Was she at that desk?
No, she was in the middle of the room with her, like, she had her chair in the middle of the room playing on the game.
And so you said she went to her purse and grabbed out a weapon. What do you mean by weapon, Zion?
A gun.
Was it a big long gun or a gun that you can hold in your hand?
A gun you can hold in your hand.
That was a perfect break for me, because I honestly feel like it's getting deep now.
Tennessee Sweetheart says the grandmother was... Wait, no, that's not the comment I was trying to read. Yeah, right here. She says his mom has serious health problems with her heart, so Tay and Granny was helping raise him. And it's sad because now neither one of them are here.
Elcar said the fact that he will forever be able to smile about that burger, I probably would have been traumatized over a burger. Yeah, like he like kind of was laughing about like the rest of them being burnt, but he ate that last one.
So that's the only way I survived.
Oh, that survived. Like I'm sure, like
damn,
it's really sad, and I think what's most sad about the situation is how, you know, this is 3 years later. You know, this is not the, like, if this had happened, if they had taken him to court a little bit sooner, this is probably not the version we would have gotten of this child. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, we're kind of blessed to have this 11-year-old that's a little bit more, like, capable of communicating. He's not scared of talking. And, I mean, I know 18-year-olds that need some work, okay? So I just think he's really impressive. A lot of work, right? I think he's really impressive.
Late 20s that needs All the Rain says, is there a GoFundMe for that poor baby? There ought to be. If anyone knows of one, I would love to know.
I think we'll look for a reputable, legitimate source, because there's so many frauds and scams out there. Mm-hmm. Y'all know I work in banking, so I'm like, But let's look for one, because it's talk about like what the hell is happening with him.
And if we do find one, we'll link it in the description afterwards.
We'll update the description. Nefertiti, I hope he's gotten in with a therapist. And Adam said exactly, Nefertiti, he's going to need lots of support and love. Yeah.
Like the two people that was raising him no longer here. He's only 11. One of them was lost 3 years ago. Who knows when his grandma passed, you know? And his mom is in the hospital.
That's her daughter, probably shortly after. Like, and then his real mother is sick.
Huh?
The grandmother's daughter is Tay. And then the mother is also already a sickly individual, supposedly.
Yeah. And who knows if, you know, she's around.
Right.
Or capable, you know.
Well, guys, this next part's about to get deep because he's about to get closer and closer to the questions about what really happened. So, let's see.
Did you see her go to her purse and get that gun?
Yes, sir.
And what did she do after she took the gun out of her purse?
She just held it to her side. She just she didn't point it up. She just kept it next to her, like on her side.
And where did she go with that? After she picked up the gun?
She was about to start walking to the window.
Okay. And when she walked to the window, what did she do?
I didn't hear nothing after that. I just seen her fall on the floor.
Okay, I want to go back just a little bit. Do you remember that night, after all this was over with, going to talk to a lady at a special place in a little bitty room?
No, sir.
We talked about this before. Her name was Lindsay Dula, and you talked about what happened?
Like when they took me?
Yes.
Oh, yes, sir.
And you went and talked to that lady and told her everything about what happened, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you see, whenever your Aunt Tay walked towards the window with the gun, did you see her kind of pull the gun up just a little bit away from her side?
Yes, sir.
Now, When we talked before, you said that she did kind of pull the gun up a little bit. You remember that? It's okay if you remember it. I mean, I just want you to remember it exactly the way you do. Do you remember if she had the gun up or down?
Down.
Down. Are you sure she didn't have it up at all?
What does it matter?
Oh, it matters. It matters. It matters because, oh, my eyeliner just went all the way up there. It matters because one is an indication of she was doing a threat versus not a threat. One is I was scared for my life versus I'm a fucking idiot. One is like, you know what I mean? Like,
You mean I'm an idiot?
if you're a cop and you're at the window and you see a gun pointed at you, it's not the most craziest thing that you get scared and shoot back. But if you're a cop and you're at the window, you just see a person who's holding a gun and it's not aimed at you, like, that's not self-defense in any way, shape, or form. That is you being a fucking idiot.
That shit ain't self-defense regardless of what. You going to this person's house, you ain't announced yourself, you ain't did nothing.
No, I know that. I'm just saying you
I know,
could work the
I'm not talking
defense
about
that
against
way.
you, but I'm just saying, like, either way, it doesn't fucking matter. She's in a home protecting. If she had the motherfucker held like this,
Right,
going up to the
right.
window, who the fuck cares? She's in her house. You ain't say who you is.
But I think it's good to clarify
I get what they
the
doing, but-
potential
yeah.
reasons. Tennessee said
Yeah, so
3 months after Tay was shot, Granny died. Baby, you take my child, I probably would have. Whew. Elkhart says, I remember a guy did an interview and said the grandmother died of a broken heart. I think it was Tay Day. I cannot remember who the guy was.
Wow.
It's fucked up. Tay dad.
Okay. And how close did Aunt Tay get to the window?
I can't, I don't know how to, like, say how far she was. Like, I say, like, she was, like, 3 feet away.
Okay. She got pretty close to the window?
Yes, sir.
Was she saying anything to you as she got closer to the window?
No, sir.
Did you hear anything as she got closer to the window?
No, sir.
Did you see something that happened?
I seen her fell on the ground.
Did you see anything outside the window?
No, sir.
You didn't see a man with a badge?
No, sir.
Did you hear anything before she fell to the ground?
No, sir.
Hey, Barbara.
What happened after she fell to the ground?
She started crying, and then after that, 2 police officers came and got me.
Did you know what had happened at that point?
No, sir.
Did you know if your Aunt Tay was hurt?
Yes, sir. Sir.
What happened after she fell to the ground?
She started crying, and then after that, 2 police officers came and got me.
Oh my God, it's so horrible.
Did you know what had happened at that point?
No, sir.
Did you know if your Aunt Tay was hurt?
Yes, sir.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, is it a dream?
Damn. Wow. Wow.
I can't even imagine a damn child seeing my nephews, because seeing me crying from being shot, and I can't do shit to protect him from seeing this.
Damn. Bendy said, was it legal to interview this young boy without having a guardian stand up for him?
Bendy. So they interviewed him without a parent, a grandparent, a guardian, nobody?
Didn't have none, you know?
Fucking crazy. He had the grandmother then? Friday said, yeah, he said something different on both sides. Had already prepared the story based on his prior description, so they're probably freaking out. Nefertiti said the autopsy showed she had glass cuts on her face, but not her hands, proving she didn't have the gun up.
When was this interview? When was this case? This was recent.
This is in the last 9 days.
Yeah, so the grandma was been gone 3 years ago.
No, when they initially interviewed him, the two cops came and got him, and they initially interviewed him, he did that without a guardian.
Oh, it's about that. Okay, I thought you were
3 years ago.
I thought you were about doing the court case.
Friday, I think the prosecutor here just knows the defense is going to say not to trust his story if it changed. They're not playing the previous interview, though. His mom is still alive. I believe she's just not able to care for him. Yeah. This one makes me cry, too. Yeah, I mean, fudge. Like...
That's crazy. 11 years old.
Even if his story did change, like to your point, it doesn't really matter. But regardless if her hand was up or not, like Nefertiti just said, autopsy proved her hand wasn't fucking up. So
I mean, think about it. This motherfucker was 35 years old.
Now he's so mad he's 35.
He couldn't handle himself. What the hell does it matter if 8-year-old, 11-year-old change their story because they don't recall exactly what happens? The fact that he's able to detail as much as what's going on right now shows a lot.
Yeah.
11 years old, a kid, not knowing what's going on in the moment, not expecting a damn police officer. Imagine what he gonna have to deal with trusting police officers. Kill the person that raised him.
It's horrible. All right, let's get to it.
How did you think she was hurt?
Because she was crying and just shaking.
Shaking and crying.
What happened when the two policemen came into the bedroom?
They seen me and they told me to get up and they took me to the back of a police car.
Did one police officer take you or both of them?
Both of them.
Both of them? Are you sure it wasn't just the woman police officer?
No, sir. Like the man, he walked a little bit, but then the lady told him like to go check on her. Like when we got halfway, like right there by the kitchen, so he did.
Yeah.
By the entrance of what? By the entrance of what?
Repeat what you just said. So
she told the man to go check on her. Go check on my auntie to see if she was still alive, and he said okay.
Oh my God! So you was gonna be like leaving this woman who's been shot on the ground and not even go check on her, and someone else had to say, "Can you go check on the lady that you shot, motherfucker? Can you go check on the lady that you shot, please?"
Did you call police? Like,
why are you walking with me?
Ambulance? Did you call anybody? You just shoot and then it's it.
I literally would have lost my shit. I can't even understand. Why are you walking with me? This child you just shot this child. They don't even know who she is in. That could have been his mother. You just shot this child, somebody, in front of him. Why the fuck are you walking with me? Go check on her. Aren't you supposed to administer CPR and life-saving? What the fuck are you doing? Are you okay?
I don't know.
What the fuck is going on
My
here?
eye is just messing with me.
Come here, baby. Come closer.
I don't know if it's something in it or
That's
what.
why I'm about to take care of you. Hold on. Because you look like, I just see a struggle. Open it. Open it, baby. Every time I start trying, he says squeezing it.
It's too much.
It will help.
Okay, I think I'm good.
No, let me see.
They fixed it. Come on.
There's no trust here. Let me just help you.
I think I'm good, babe. Come
Let
on.
me see.
I'm good.
You're not good. Mikey! Now you're going to learn to stop getting just one bottle at a damn time. He shot through the window. He's just a baby. He didn't even do CPR on her. He watched her die like the fucking weirdo he is.
Damn. Wow.
I was watching the show on Netflix called Half Bad, The Bastard Son and the Devil Himself. And there was a character that literally just watched somebody just die. Junebug! We haven't seen you in a while, Junebug.
What's up, Junebug?
Our down south cousin.
Say been very busy.
Okay, Sid, I just want to know, when is it okay for a black person to have a gun for protection? A cell phone and an iced tea and Skittles. Opening a car door is a reason for the police to have open season. Let me tell you, baby. that is some crazy shit. Cause it's like it could be anybody at any time. Anyone can go. Okay. Anyone.
I mean, the thing that really messes with me is that she was in her house, like the safe haven, the place where it's supposed to be like you don't have to worry about nothing. That's where you go to de-stress and where you get to relax and not worry about. You got to worry about somebody coming to your house, looking through your shit and shoot you. That's not actually supposed to be a quote-unquote bad person. That's supposed to be there to protect you. And the first thing they do is shoot. Don't even say that could have been any damn body.
Pop. What are you doing here? Like, what the fuck?
Imagine if she was the one that shot the police.
Do you live here?
She should have shot his ass.
She could have. Now she'd be in jail for the rest of her life because no one would ever fucking, like, understand. But, like, she could have.
Did you know if your auntie was still alive at that point?
Sorry.
Where did that woman officer take you?
To the back of a police officer. I mean, she took me back to a back of a police car.
And when she took you to the back of the police car, what were you wearing?
Only underwear.
What?
Were you cold?
Yes, sir.
Were you scared?
Yes, sir.
Why were you scared?
Because I seen my auntie crying, so I thought it had to be something serious.
Did you know what those police were doing?
No, sir.
And do you remember how long you sat in that car?
About like 5 minutes, waiting for an officer to come, wherever they was gonna take me.
Did another officer show up that you hadn't seen before?
Yes, sir.
He was different than the two that came in the house, right?
Yes, sir.
And what did that officer do with you?
He was the owner of the police car, so he gave me like a big shirt to put on. And then after that, I fell asleep.
Was that officer very nice to you?
Yes, sir.
You remember his name?
No, sir. He never told me his name.
But he was really nice.
Yes, sir.
And what happened after you fell asleep?
I fell asleep and then he woke me up, and I was at like a little daycare or foster care.
Damn.
Oh, the place where the woman talked to you?
Yes, sir.
And was that woman really nice to you?
Yes, sir.
And she just explained that she had to ask you some questions about what happened. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think this is good enough for us for the sake of time, but
crazy.
It's just like,
wow.
It's just like 0 stars would not recommend. Super ghetto. Like, y'all are so weird. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Damn, that's crazy.
I'm just like disappointed in humans with this one. Like, that part where he said that he was walking with him and the female police officer, and she could tell him, "Can you go back and check on the woman you shot, please?"
That's the craziest shit right there. Like, you shoot a person and you, like, I think, what they say, he's been there for a year or something? Like, so possibly...
What for a year?
The guy, the police officer.
Oh, I don't know. They said 2018. Yeah, it had been a year. You're right.
Possibly this is the first person that you've ever shot. And this is how you handle it. You just walk off on them. You ain't did nothing that they don't taught you in training. Hopefully. And you don't say who you are. You go around, you shoot a person, and then you walk in with the damn other lady cop like she needs your help with the child.
The naked child at that, you bitch. Why would you not let him put some clothes on? He said he was only in underwear. And you're gonna walk him outside while he's naked? Like, is that even decent? Do you not see this child as a human being? Like, are you serious right now?
Crazy.
Maddie said, this cop clearly has no regard for safety, welfare of children, no regard for private property, no regards for the human life. How did he even become a cop? Because these motherfuckers have no, like, regulations. It's easier to become a cop than it is to become a damn banker.
Probably easier to become a Walmart greeter. like all they gotta do is pass like the average.
What's your background?
the average individual seems like all you gotta do is pass the physical. It seems like that's gonna be the most difficult, challenging part.
They got a fake ass psychology test. We're like, all right, when you see these 2 fingers, what does this mean? 2 fingers.
It's like taking an eye test to get your eyeglasses. Like, I mean, hopefully things have gotten better since 3 years ago when this happened. But then again, the next year was, the vid, which I believe they
What's
end up.
the vid? What do you mean?
The C word.
I have no idea what
2020.
you're talking about.
The next year after 2019, that's when the world shut down
COVID?
for a little bit.
Are we not allowed to say that?
Yes, on YouTube.
Why?
I was. Anyways,
I want to say the pandemic. No.
Anything that doesn't directly use anything that happened, okay? So the next year, I believe, was when they had a shortage of cops, so hopefully, I don't know. I don't even remember the point now, what I was saying. Let's see some of the comments. His partner is messed up over it. Wow. I'm sure he is. Or she. Do they do psyche tests to qualify?
Yes, I believe they do, but in regards to like how the quality of them or how robust they are, I don't know. I just don't know. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back to this because I really want to make sure that we get some information going because we only have so much time. This man testifies why he shot Atatiana. Aaron Dean's stank ass.
What the hell he got to say? Like, what could you
possibly
say?
A lie that he thinks gonna work.
This is gonna be interesting.
Did the silhouette to you, Aaron, in your eyes take up most of the window?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna put my CC on so we can hear it a little bit or read it.
A little bit.
I think he's swearing.
Did the silhouette to you, Aaron, in your eyes take up most of the window?
Yes.
I think you told the jury to take a step back. You unholstered your weapon. What are you doing at this point?
Well, as I said, I needed to see that person's hands because the hands carry weapons. The hands are the threat to us. So,
fuck off.
I looked back after I got my light on, saw the silhouette again, and I was shouting at this time, shouting commands. Put up your hands. Show me your hands. Show me your hands.
You didn't do that!
And as I started to get that second phrase out, show me your hands, I saw the silhouette. I was looking right down the barrel of the gun. And when I saw the barrel of that gun pointed at me, I fired a single shot from my duty weapon. And immediately had the flash from the muzzle reflecting off the window. And of course, as my weapon recoiled, the light was bouncing back in my face, so I couldn't see. When my vision cleared, then I observed the person.
Can we pause right there? Can we do something right fast? Can you?
He looks like a weasel.
Can you pull up the body footage again? The body cam footage?
Yes.
Can you put it up?
Absolutely.
Right
We're gonna go
step by step.
Yeah, I got
you.
He said,
put your hands up, or can you
show me
your
hands?
hands?
Show me your hands.
Show me your hands. He said it 3 times. From what I recall when we watched it, it was once.
I went. Hold on. I'll tell you.
It was one time. So I would love to see what. Like, did he know the body cam footage was out when he was saying this?
He's a lying
or
hoe bag.
Did he know he have body cam footage on him? Did he watch his own body cam footage? Did they not show him that? Like,
come on, I'm ready.
Crazy.
This is 2 minutes. Let's go. Is it unmuted?
Yeah.
Okay. I better clear up for us.
That's indeed what he said.
Is it playing?
Yeah, you skip it. There you go.
Not saying nothing.
It's the first door.
Second door.
Second door. Doesn't announce itself.
He said he took his gun out.
He's just walking around.
He look like he got his gun out now.
To the back. Looking in the car.
Got your lights on. Scaring her, making her probably think someone's out there.
Trying to steal.
Woo! Oh, that's the other cop. So the other cop's an idiot with him.
Creeping in the backyard.
I didn't know they were talking. T. Taylor, baby.
So this is an example.
Here we go.
Put your hands up. Show me your hands.
Wait, what?
Put your hands up. Show me your hands.
Put your hands up. Show me your hands. Click.
One more time, just for the people in the back.
How could anyone even process the first sentence?
Put your hands up. Show me your hands.
Like, are you serious? Let's just say she did everything you wanted her to do. Put your hands up. Okay. Show me your hands. Okay. I'm out of here.
Like,
It's a route.
That's a Philando Castile.
It's a route.
That's a Philando Castile moment, damn near. Like,
and like you said earlier, that could have been the kid. That could have been anybody. Anybody. He don't know what the hell he saw. He don't know who's in the house. He don't know nothing. He didn't say he's the police. He didn't say, hey, we're doing a wellness check. He didn't say no words. His first words going to an external individual was, put your hands up, show me your hands, pal.
I'm trying to figure out, why were you so scared,
Did you,
bruh?
like, do you want to know if they put their hands up like you asked them to? Do you want to know if they listened to you? They were probably very compliant with everything you had to say. From your perspective, you don't know what happened. And your first response, or should I say immediate response, after saying, put your hands up, show me your hands. It was, I don't even know if you can say it was like 2 seconds. Instantly.
It's really gross.
The craziest thing I've seen.
All right, let's get back to it.
I'm just looking right down the barrel of the gun.
Lying bastard.
Second, shouting commands. Put up your hands. After I got my light on, saw the silhouette again. And I was shouting at this time, shouting commands. Put up your hands. Show me your hands. Show me your hands.
3 times.
And as I started to get that second phrase out, show me your hands.
Keep in mind, right fast, that pause he just did, when he said, put your hands up, show me your hands, show me your hands, that was longer than the reaction time that he allowed her to have to put her hands up and to even know if she put her hands up. He has no idea to this day if she put her hands up. He has absolutely no idea whether she listened to him or not. She could have had the gun in her hand and put her hands up. And she was, that when he just paused, the amount of time he just paused was longer than the amount of time he gave her to put her hands up.
Right, and he didn't say he was police either. So Friday said he's the burglar at this point.
Literally.
Like,
creeping
you're
through
in
their
my
backyard,
yard with a
looking
fucking
in their
flashlight,
car,
looking through my shit.
Creeping.
Right.
Like, that's literally the definition of trespassing one, and basically burglary. She could have shot him. He's on her property.
Susan said, devil's advocate, do you think he had to testify? When you say had to, are you saying should have? He definitely should not have testified. Because, one, he's being too emotional, and, I mean, like, I don't, it just seems fake already, and he lied immediately. He literally lied immediately. I said, put your hands up. Put your hands up, please. Show your hands. Like, first of all, bitch, you didn't do that. You did not do that. All right, you ready?
I saw the silhouette.
Thanks, T. Taylor.
I was looking right down the barrel of the gun. And when I saw the barrel of that gun pointed at me, I fired a single shot from my duty weapon. And immediately had the flash from the muzzle reflecting off the window. And of course, as my weapon recoiled, the light was bouncing back in my face, so I couldn't see. When my vision cleared, then I observed the person that we now know as Miss Jefferson. I heard her scream and saw her fall like this. And I knew that I'd shot that person.
You knew that you shot that person.
Who we now know as Miss Jefferson.
Even though you knew that you shot her.
Struggling.
Even though you knew that you shot her, it took the other individual to tell you to go check on her. You said within that moment, when you heard her scream, you knew you shot her.
But when you went inside, you didn't even check to see if she was alive.
You don't know if you killed her. You don't know if you grazed her. You don't know if it was like she just screamed because she was scared. You don't even know if you hit her. You don't know nothing. But you don't go and see or even to try to get her help if you did potentially do anything. You probably just scared her. You don't know if you hit her or not. Crazy.
I mean, dang. Absolutely crazy. I mean, it's just a hot, sad ass mess.
If y'all are just hopping in for the first time, please hit that sub button. We review true crime situations and things that's going on, past, present, and just have discussions about them and engage with our tribe. So tap that subscribe button that interests you and turn the notifications on so you can receive all the notifications when we go live. We also have a Patreon where we go over cases that can't be on YouTube necessarily and videos that we can't necessarily watch on YouTube that will be taken down. So Patreon is right here. You all can join patreon.com Naj and letter N Reina. And right now it's only $8. So you can sign up for $8 and there we go.
Yes. Somebody said something somewhere. Where was it? Oh, yep. Please don't forget to like it because that was helping. Nobody believes you, Amber Heard. Amber Turd. That's what she's saying to Aaron Dean and his sister Amber. If he was a better actor, it might have gone okay. Honestly, could have worked, but he just sounded so scripted.
Ain't no level of act that's gonna.
But it sounded so scripted. He's like, and then that's when I shot the person.
Who's top 3 actor right now?
Always Denzel.
Denzel.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Denzel can't do nothing for you right now. Leonardo cannot help you. Sorry. Sorry to this man. Ain't nothing for to help you. Give me another one.
Viola Davis is on point right now.
Davis can't help you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. Nefertiti said the jury can't use it against him for not testifying, but him testifying is not doing him any favors. Facts. Yes, Nefertiti, you joined our Patreon.
Yes.
We have some videos in the works for y'all, so don't you worry.
Yes.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back to this one. Oh, okay.
Elcar says he also said he heard her scream and saw her fall, but who did he say he saw prior to the shooting? Silhouette, was it? So again,
Yeah, he said it was like a silhouette, but somehow you saw her actually fall. So was it a silhouette, or did you see the woman?
This man said all type of stuff. He said, freeze and put your hands up 3 times. You can't count now. Go ahead.
Okay.
And when I saw the barrel of that gun pointed at me, I fired a single shot from my duty weapon.
Not Saul.
And immediately had the flash from the muzzle reflecting off the window, and of course, as my weapon recoiled, the light was bouncing back in my face, so I couldn't see. When my vision cleared, then I observed the person that we now know as Miss Jefferson.
Oh, we now know.
I heard her scream and saw her fall like this. And I knew that I'd shot that person.
Aaron, when you first picked up this firearm pointed at you, how close to the window were you?
Picked up, you mean saw?
Yes, sir.
Visually picked up.
How close to the window were you?
Picked up, you mean saw?
Yes, sir.
Visually picked up. Very close. Not any more than arm's length.
This may be an obvious question, but I need to ask you. You see the weapon. Is it in the silhouette's hand? What do you see?
I just saw the silhouette of the person and the gun. I don't recall seeing hands, but I did see that weapon pointed at me.
Oh, shut your
You're
fucking
not saying the
lying
gun's
ass
on the floor.
No, the gun was pointed directly at me.
And about how high up on the silhouette was the gun? when you
At your
were
head?
looking at this?
Maybe mid-chest? I'm not sure.
You were very sure it's at you.
Did they ask him why he didn't identify himself? That's what I want to know.
City issued firearm out at this point. Is that true?
Yes.
How do you only see a silhouette but can see the barrel of the gun very well?
Commands. Why didn't you let the commands finish out?
Ooh.
What is it?
Because we're taught to meet deadly force with deadly force. We're not
Boy.
taught that we have to wait. Anytime we have a threat of deadly force, we can use deadly force to defend ourselves or someone else.
Are you fucking serious?
He said, why didn't you finish out carrying out your commands before you killed this person? He said, because we're taught to use deadly force against deadly force. Who has told you that this is the right way to do this? Like, what? Okay.
City issued firearm out at this point. Is that true?
Yes.
You're giving or in the process of giving commands. Why didn't you let the commands finish out?
Because we're taught to meet deadly force with deadly force. We're not taught that we have to wait. Anytime we have a threat of deadly force, we can use deadly force to defend ourselves or someone else from that threat of deadly force.
Let's
What the
wait.
heck? Oh my
Before
God.
we go there, let's just say, okay, I'm gonna give you everything you just said. I just playing. I'm rolling with you for this moment, right? Quote unquote, rolling with you. Yes, meet deadly force with deadly force. Prior to you knowing there is a deadly force or anything, have any reasoning for having your gun out at a person's house, you pulling up, walking around with your gun out, with your flashlight, looking in their cars, in their backyard snooping, before you get anywhere near that back door or that window, when you looked into the house the first time and you could see exactly what was going on, and you said, nah, that's not good enough, I'm going to go around and I'm going to look into the second door and see what's going on, that's not good enough, I'm going to go around to the back. All these opportunities you had to identify yourself, to scare who's ever inside that's doing this burglary or whatever you think is going on. You have all these opportunities to potentially identify what's going on, and you make no attempt to let them know who you are. Like, you're literally trying to sneak up. And I'm also not even saying that he had the intention of killing somebody that night. Let's just say that's not the case. How is this proper police training? How is this representing for the people that you're supposed to be representing? That's there to protect and serve and do a wellness check. Like, what other outcome can you expect?
How are you checking out my wellness if you don't even say hello? Like, hello, you good? You need anything?
like you're probably not in the best neighborhood of all, right?
Can I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but I just wanted to say this. This is the reason why I can see why someone would make this purely, like, not purely, but someone could make this racial, right? Like, he may not even know for, who he was shooting, but he knew he was in a black neighborhood, right? And I feel like when you know you're in a dangerous place or a place where certain things happen, you're more on edge, right? Even though, I will be honest, it don't matter where I'm at. Like, when I get in the car, I lock the door. I could be in any area. I just, immediately, I have, my safety features, no matter what. But certainly, when I'm in a bad area, I'm on more guard. I'm on high alert. But this is the point of a police officer. If you're in a position where you are policing a neighborhood that you're scared of, get the fuck out, because you can't be so scary that you can't do your job, and that now you're starting to fear-based police, which is what leads you to being so scared to shoot somebody. Because I can't imagine an affluent area in Texas, where we live, okay, ignore what's happening outside if you can hear. Can y'all hear this?
Let us know if y'all can hear the.
Can y'all hear the mariachi outside? Because it's really popping.
Yeah.
Anyway, around the corner from where we live, where it's affluent. Because they are embarrassing.
It wasn't the best time, huh?
No, but anyway, we live in an affluent neighborhood. But, I just can't imagine if it was 2 o'clock in the morning, the door was open, a police officer doing the same exact process. You were really concerned someone was in there stealing, which I think is a normal response. I would probably assume something was happening if it's 2:30 in the morning in a bad neighborhood and the doors are open. But still the process just does not make sense.
Here's the thing. I will even go as far as saying that had he done exactly what he did, it would have made a slightly more sense if he would have just, when he got on the premises, multiple times announced who he is.
That's what Tennessee literally
just say who you are. You're the police. You're there to help. You're there to be on their side. Say who you are so that we know. She will put her guard down a little bit. Oh, that's the police. Okay, she might be scared or whatever. What the hell y'all here for? I'm just chilling, making food, playing with my nephew. But, let them know who you are.
Bang, 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 bang. Police, y'all okay? That happens all the time.
The normal situation.
Yeah.
Even that may scare her, but still, she knows it's the police.
Yeah.
Not just some random, you could have been anybody.
Tennessee said, regardless of the neighborhood, you announced that you were the police.
Exactly.
Facts. Right. Regardless of the neighborhood, I just feel like it would have been more of an announcement. I don't think he would have had the same, plan of action in a more affluent neighborhood. That's all.
I would have, if we was in the same situation, the exact same thing that she did, again, like I said, I'm not going to walk in front of a window directly, but the exact same thing she did is exactly what I would have did. Okay. I would have had my gun out. I would have been looking and seeing who it is. I wouldn't have been saying nothing. Everything she did is a clone out of the playbook of what I would have did. I'm not about to say nothing. So there's nothing
I'm worried about you,
there's nothing that she could have done better in that situation. Who could have done better in that situation? Him. You're the person that's there to protect and serve. Say who the hell you are, so that she can know she can get off guard. I'm not off guard, but she can put her guard down a little bit. So she know, okay, well, I still don't like that. It's the fact the police here with the flashlights out and looking around like what's going on, because anything could happen. So say who the hell you are, so that they can know, so she can know, she can have the opportunity to put her gun down.
Act like this is a homeowner. That's like, who the fuck is y'all out here? Like, seriously, I am always like, it's almost like if someone just walks up towards you and you, like, while you're getting in your car, you might be like, hey, what do you, like, oh, we're the police. Like, oh, okay.
When she, like, if she did, let's just say she was upstairs, because I think that's where the nephew was. If she was upstairs and she looked out the window and she saw him, like, creeping around in her yard with the flashlight on and she don't know it's the police, like, she could have shot him if she wanted to.
Facts.
She literally could have shot him. She was upstairs and see him down in her looking at her stuff on her property. This is Texas. She could have shot him. Both of them. She could have
literally shot him.
Lit them up.
In Texas.
Lit both of them up.
Now, would she have survived the shooting?
Well, I mean, upstairs, like, you know,
yeah.
They probably wouldn't know, like, you know. So, like, I mean, obviously it's a learning lesson, but, you know.
I gotta use restroom.
History repeats itself.
I just had to.
So it was just a wild situation, you know.
I got shorts on, y'all.
Just crazy. It's sad, man. It's bad. It's bad. It's like, and again, like, even me trying to be objective about what he could have done better, or like how the situation could have been better. Like, just say who you are. Just say who you are. Say who it is. You are the police. You're there to help the situation, and you literally ruin it for how many people? Not just her, clearly, not just the family, the neighbor, the one that called, and then all the other neighbors, everybody in that neighborhood. Like, for everybody, for forever. That will forever be engraved, you know? It's just wild. Maddie says, exactly, Tennessee, you have to announce that. Even if you are not required, it's common sense. Yeah, say who you are. You're not there to do any damage. You're not there to commit a crime. You're not there to make situations worse. Say who you are. And again, it's a wellness check, so they saying like, hey, something may be going on over here. Come and check. I get it. You're like, okay, well, maybe this is a bad situation. Maybe somebody's in danger. Say who you are. You don't know what's going on. Say who you are so that you can potentially stop whatever danger may be happening. You know, you got your partner there with you to back you up. I don't even know why he was out there in the first place. He was only on the job for a year. Let's see. Autumn Rain says, the thing is, most break-ins happen during the day when people aren't home. All cops know this. Their vehicles were parked in the carport. It's a great point. Proving they were home. Common sense should tell you. Yeah. Exactly. And Benny says he didn't have any common sense, Autumn. Nefertiti. We greatly appreciate the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. She says if he was worried it was a thief, there is two of them. One stays in the back to catch them if they run. Announce yourself. Nothing more needs to be said to that. If he was worried there was a thief, there's two of them. You know what they say, 1 + 1 = 3, right? Because it's not just him, it's not just the other one, it's both of them together, right? So there's 3 technically. When you put 2 + 2, well, or should I say 1 + 1, y'all have a third brain essentially, because y'all come up with game plans you wouldn't be able to come up with by yourself. Like, you got backup, you got somebody there to protect you, to have your back. Your first immediate action is to shoot. Like, and again, the thing is, let's just again try to paint this picture as if it's for him, right? Let's act like we're on his team. Say who you are once at least, so they could potentially have some, some awareness, so she could put her guard down. And then even after that, let's just say he didn't say who he was. Let's just say everything went exactly like you say, put your hands up, and within a second you shoot. Literally within a second of saying, put your hands up, you shoot. You have no idea if they listen to your words. She probably was compliant. For all he knows, she probably was compliant as hell. She probably ain't have no. It's like, oh, okay, I'll put my hands up. Before she can get one of them up, you shoot. Crazy. Crazy. Let's see. Jenny V, what's up? What's up? Oh, you got your protein powder in. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Let me know how it goes. For y'all that don't know, we have a let's turn it this way so y'all can see. We have a supplement company called Built by Plant Sups. This is the protein powder that Jenny V is talking about. This is the vanilla ice cream flavor. Right, it's 100% plant-based. It has 115 calories with 21 grams of protein. Let me know how that goes. If y'all want, y'all can check it out at bbpsubs.com. Also on Instagram, bbpsubs. That's bbpsupps. And y'all can check it out if you want. Free shipping over $75. And we will be, this weekend, we will have Canada as an option for the supplement, so y'all can check that out. And Jenny V, I'm going to check out the nightcaps to make sure that I can get that going for y'all. As a matter of fact, let me have my nightcaps right now because I'm going to get some good rest in tonight. These are the nightcaps, the melatonin, and the gummies are just delicious. I'm going to only have one, though, because, man, that night, that sleep be deep. I would say that sleep be deep. Let me see what else we got.
Johnny V, is that who I see?
Yes.
All right, let's get to it. Sorry, I know, I'm so sorry I was gone, y'all.
This one, let's get to it. You know what's going on.
After you, Johnny V, make sure y'all liking and subscribing and showing the love.
Yeah, Fatiti says, nah, just doing the new math. I think it was Autumn or somebody said,
1 times 1 equals 1.
No, she said even if it was, what?
1 times 1 equals 2.
Okay.
That's what Terrence Howard said. He said it's a principle of identity, man.
So Autumn was like, what did Autumn say? She's like, even if you were scared or even if something, she's like, it's 2 of y'all, you got your partner there to have your back. And I was like, yeah, because it's you plus him. You know what they say, like 1 + 1 = 3 technically in those situations. Because it's not just your brain, it's not just his brain, it's y'all brain together. So if y'all, this is another one of those things where you can look it up.
I ain't mad at you. No, I heard you, brother.
I'm just saying, so it's the third brain, which is y'all's combined together. So,
All right, let's get to the.
I'm just the messenger.
I really want to use the testimony of the partner that was there.
Autumn says, "Yay, Canadians will soon get nightcaps." Absolutely. I just took mine. Only one though.
I took 2.
I can't. I'd be so knocked out with 2. It'd be hard. That sleep be so deep.
All right, let's get to it, my love. This is the partner testifying.
You guys walk up to the front door.
Hold on, let's get the captions up.
Or the side door. Do you or Officer Dean at that time, the defendant, try to use the actual handle to see if it's locked or unlocked?
Not to my knowledge, no.
When you go into, now looking at that video, going into the back gate, it looks like to me, we can go back if we need to, that the defendant opens the gate and looks like flashes a flashlight in the backyard. Do you see that?
Yes.
Before y'all both go in there. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did he say anything at that point to you after putting that flashlight and looking in the backyard?
think he said, hands up, show me your hands.
Staying ahead of trends is a thing.
Let me scroll down right fast.
Oh.
Where'd it go? I just saw Johnny V said something.
Somebody said something about 2 rookies getting the call. Probably because it was just supposed to be a wellness check. It was like, who cares? So.
Johnny V, so as far as the mixing, as far as the protein shake, I'm going to send you some recipes so you can check it out as far as like what to mix it with. All right, so I'll email those over to you. Elcar wants to know what's in that bowl.
Oh, I have no idea what I made. I made some potato, broccoli, spinach thing with a creamy vegan protein broth, and it's delicious.
Of course, they rookies. Who wants to be a cop? Wait, so both of them were rookies?
That's what it sounds like.
They sent out 2 together?
It's just a wellness check. It's not even nothing that's supposed to be a big deal. I would have sent a rookie too. Like, just take your ass in there. It's hello. Like, y'all good? All right, bye. Like, it's not even supposed to be nothing.
But I mean, at 2 in the morning and 2 rookies together.
Let me tell you something.
And
the
the
things we be
hood
doing
probably,
at 2 in the morning, someone could ask for a wellness check for us too.
Yeah,
they
would
don't
you want
need
a rookie to come out?
Yes, we don't need nobody real trying to be out here. Like, we don't need, just come out, hello, here we are, and move on.
I mean, still,
I don't want those rookies.
3 years later.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't want these rookies. I don't think these are the exceptional rookies. I don't think these are like the typical rookies.
I don't want 2 rookies together coming anywhere near me at 2 in the morning for any type of check. Sorry, buddy.
I'm hearing him ask about a TACMed kit. We've already explained that to the jury. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Why were you wanting to get a TACMed kit?
For life-saving procedure. Someone is in the house that's shot now.
Is that when you could have applied, that TACMed shows up, but a halo seal or a chest seal?
Yes.
If there's a shot or anything else you need in there. All right. So y'all go around and go into the front, and then you go inside, and I hear your voice before his making some announcements of some sort.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember what you said?
From the video, I said hands up.
Okay. And why are you saying hands up?
I can't tell you exactly why I said hands up. I don't know if I was in a heightened state of adrenaline, and that's the last thing I heard, so I said it too. But I wanted to announce that we were coming in the house.
And why would you want to announce that you're coming into the house?
So anyone else that's in the house knows that we're coming in.
Why hands up?
We see you guys, well, specifically we can see the defendant
Because they're rookies.
going and coming into some of those other rooms before we actually go to that back bedroom. What is that called and why is he doing it?
It's clearing, and he's doing it to make sure that there is no one hiding with a gun, waiting in a room to shoot us or to get one of us, you know.
Get back into that back bedroom. What is your priority when you get back there? What do you do?
As soon as I came through the door, I heard the baby, and that became my sole focus.
She's trying to keep it together.
What did you do with the child?
I got him to come to me.
She about to cry.
We went down the hallway. I remembered that it was cold outside because I had my jacket on, and there was a blanket on the back of the couch, so I wrapped him up and I went and stood on the curb with him so that he didn't have to see what was going on in it.
So whatever happened inside the room after you took him outside, you don't know?
No.
Was the child you're talking to, Zion Carr, you know his name now, was he emotional?
Yes, ma'am.
And we can hear him on video.
Yes, ma'am.
And so how long did you wait out there? Do you remember?
It felt like 30 minutes, but I know it was not long.
Hi, Mikey.
Yes, ma'am. I recognize
Yes,
all of
next
them.
time, Mikey.
I work very closely with them.
Okay, who are they? Tell me their names.
Officer Vitek, Officer Cotton, Officer Fuller, Officer Gilbert, and then Sergeant Horner at the door, and then Officer Hoffman in the room.
Okay, and Vitek and Cotton, were they part of the TACMED team, those first two officers at the scene, or do you know?
They're not. They're assigned to Baker Division as well.
And the first few officers that we see that come into the room and tell the defendant to get back, who are they? Who's that?
That's Officer Cotton and Officer Vitek.
Did they then perform some type of life-saving measures?
They did.
Were you able to perform any life-saving measures on Atatiana?
I was not.
Your focus was on that little boy.
Yes, ma'am.
From what we see in the video on State's Exhibit 1, did the defendant perform any CPR life-saving
No, ma'am.
measures? Okay. Vitek and Cotton show up, they do. When you're still there at the scene, about, I didn't have it marked, but I know it was in the last maybe minute or so.
Shit, this is some crazy shit.
It's very crazy. Before we continue, definitely
super
want
chat.
to acknowledge
They don't like that. They like the
Bendy.
applause.
Bendy's super chats.
In fact, it was Bendy that said it.
Oh,
Sorry, Bendy.
she said it was because she, I think she said her husband was asleep or something. I don't know. Thank you, Bendy, for the $6.99 super chat. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you too. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Bendy. We
all.
appreciate you and love you, especially you're our Patreon.
Yes, yes.
One of our first Patreon.
Yeah, she was
too.
actually. Yeah. Greatly appreciate that. This is interesting. This is really interesting. And one of the main reasons why, and again, I don't know that much as far as like police protocols and such, like the in-depths, but like one of the main reasons why I was bringing up the two rookie situation and not wanting them to do what they're doing
Somebody
is
got
because they're
can't be a blind
showing
leading the blind.
they're showing rookie mistakes. Like you go into the house afterwards and then say hands up, like
to anybody.
Anybody is like, what type? Like, what is this?
Y'all still ain't said police.
At no point did y'all acknowledge that you're the police. You just gonna tell people's hands up and stuff like that, and the type of potential neighborhood that they're in. Because I still don't know the specific streets they're on to be even know if it's in the hood directly. But like, it sounds like if based off of some context clues. But on top of that, she's just repeating what she heard. She's just repeating what she heard the guy say.
At least she's honest.
Yeah. But I'm just saying this is the reasons why we can't have those type of situations. You go into the hood, you sending two rookies out at 2 a.m. to do a wellness check.
Here's the other thing. Tina said after Dean shot, he didn't even tell his partner he had seen a gun. Elcar says he intentionally went hunting. I know I keep repeating this, but it's obvious. That's what he said. And then Friday says, I already put that one aside. Friday says, not 911, not emergency call, but same operator. So I'm assuming, here we go. Friday said, the person called for wellness check, but 911 put in as an open structure because the door was open, because the smoke, and they treat it as silent alarm burglary. Okay. Trigger happy, looking for action. The female officer had strokes after this and admits she doesn't remember everything about that night.
Got Nefertiti.
Oh, Nefertiti. Where'd she go?
Right there.
Nefertiti said this was this dude probably big moment. He was having some Police Academy movie moment and fucked it up. Yeah? He thought this was going to be something that's a real big deal. Neff said she had a stroke. Damn. She looks quite young to have a stroke. And she eventually asked the judge for a break. Damn.
I bet, because she's probably feeling really conflicted.
Oh, good night, T. Taylor, baby. Oh, you're not going? I'm not going yet, Elcar. I hope she's saying good night. Friday, when Dean goes in house, he was relieved when he saw there was a gun.
That's correct. Yeah, because he realized he done messed up.
Yeah, baby. That's how it goes when you start acting crazy. All right, let's finish up this because after this we still need to get to the plea, and we only have so much time.
Maybe 2 minutes of the video, the sound goes off.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know why?
That would be muting your body cam.
Do you know why he would have muted his body cam?
No, ma'am.
Do you know whether he did that on his own or maybe somebody told him to do that?
I'm not sure.
You don't know.
Wow. So he muted his body cam. Sir, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I'm guys, this is some crazy shit.
And you go to, when you're outside, does another officer come and relieve you, or where do you go after you're out there with Zion?
I'm outside with Zion standing on the curb, and Officer Ray pulls up, and we get him into the back of a patrol car and turn the heat on just because it was so cold outside.
And then where do you go?
Wow.
I went back in through the front door to see if there was anything I could do to help.
And was there?
No.
So where do you go? What do you do?
I was still by the front door, and that's when Sergeant Horner told me to go find a car and sit in it, and Officer Hoffman was assigned to sit with me.
And how long do you think you were in that car, just sitting there?
A couple hours.
And do you talk about what has happened?
No, ma'am.
Talk about other things?
Yes, ma'am.
When does your cleat attorney, Terry Gaffron, when does she show up?
I can't tell you the exact time, but it was probably 30 minutes or so, an hour.
After the shooting? So when she gets there, do you guys go back inside the house and do that walkthrough we talked about earlier?
We never go back inside the house. It's just we go around to the backyard with Major Case.
All right.
Wow.
Go back around and then you point in certain areas.
Yes, ma'am.
Is any of that recorded?
I'm not sure.
And the walkthrough that you're doing, is your attorney with you when you're doing that?
I believe she was, yes.
After the walkthrough, what happens?
I go and sit back in the car, and then Major
Yeah,
Case tells me
Mac
that I need
agreed.
to go down to 1,000 Calvert.
And what is 1,000 Calvert?
That's where their offices are.
When you get there to their offices, do you remember about what time it was?
No, ma'am.
Still the same day. It would have been that the shooting is around 2:30, 2:33.
I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit because I want to get to the internal affairs part. Here we go.
The internal affairs division within the police department. Just tell us generally what it is.
They investigate officers to make sure that what they did was legal, and 2 GOs, that they didn't break any laws or GOs. general
Agreed,
orders.
Susan. They didn't wait long to prosecute
All right.
or bring charges.
So now that you have watched the video, can you tell us, does it appear that you or the defendant ever inspect to see if there's any damage on the front of or the side door? Can you tell?
You can tell when you're walking up if there's forced entry.
Was that?
Was there on those doors?
Right.
No.
And we know because you guys go in that front storm door, but did you guys check to see whether that was locked or unlocked on your first approach?
I don't believe we did that.
But now we know it was unlocked because
Yes, ma'am.
we go through it. All right. Did y'all?
These people have lost their fucking minds. So you walk up, you see that it's not forced entry because you can pretty much tell when it's forced entry. So it's not forced entry. You don't even check to see if the door will open. And then they find that the screen door was unlocked because they eventually went inside. Y'all, come on. Like, I don't want to be mad at the woman, but she's a part of this too. Like, you didn't say, why are we not just opening the door? We're just going to go around the back quietly. Why? Why not just say, hello, door's locked. Okay, so we're here. Like, I don't get it. Stupid.
You are clearing the cars that are in the driveway. Do you remember which direction those cars are pointed?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Sure could have.
In this case, though, you guys were clearing the cars. Did y'all run the license plates to see who the owners of the cars were?
I did not.
Did you need to do that with the information that you have from the 911 call details?
With my experience then, I wouldn't have thought about it.
Okay. Wouldn't have thought about who owns that car. Did you think at all about that those cars were the neighbor's cars, as it says in the call details, or didn't even think about it?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
She said a really honest point. With my experience then, I wouldn't have thought about it. I think that goes back to Najee's point. I can hear Najee blending something. I think he's making a protein shake in the middle of our freaking video. But it's okay. I warmed up my soup. You can't be mad. But anyway, I think it goes back to Najee's point that we have like some rookies here. So like, yeah, you could have ran the car tags, but it's like you don't even think to do that when you're brand new and you don't have a vet with you while in a situation. So it's just like two newbies just like, oh y'all, we're cops, yeah, we're so excited. It's like, but you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. And to Najee's point, like, this is too important for y'all to not know what the fuck you're doing. Like, come on now. Shit. Let's see what the comments are. Let's see what we got. Autumn says, agreed, Elcar. He was definitely hunting. He is garbage. You won't catch me saying nothing crazy there. Chuckles and Susan said, another sad note. In the weeks following Jefferson's death, her father died from a heart attack and her mother died following an illness in 2020. Eef. Momac, I think we saw this comment about him being trigger happy. Agreed. Momac said, the lack of any feeling from him is very telling. He's a heartless person who shouldn't be out here free with the rest of us. He's a menace. Thanks. I agree with you completely. Susan said, I'm glad the prosecution saw this was messed up right away and arrested Dean on 10/14/2019, 2 days later. Agreed. Agreed. And Susan said there was also a change in judges. Request for recusal granted. Previous judge was said to be grown increasingly hostile and overbearing. Wish we saw that. Okay. Junebug. That dog is so cute in your profile picture. Poor training, Reina. Hey guys, if you guys are in here, make sure you guys are liking and commenting and showing us some love. We are still a new YouTube channel and looking to grow, so all your love and affection means a lot. No like is not important. All likes are loved. All subscriptions are very appreciated. And if you enjoy the Patreon, you're damn near just trying to marry me. Okay, so let's go. Friday. Yeah, she did almost every bad move he did, but she at least seems to care. Yeah. Still on defense, right? Sharing is caring. Shake for the win. She was only 3 weeks officer. Okay. Wow. She was only a cop for 3 weeks. You are cops, but cover your ass. Elcar, shout out. Like, comment, subscribe, share with 2 random people just because, and do your due diligence. Chatty Cathy, sorry. Does anyone know where nephew is now? No, I don't know. If he just let me blow in his eye, he wouldn't be struggling right now.
To see who the owners are?
Yes, ma'am.
In this case, though, you guys were clearing the cars. Did y'all run the license plates to see who the owners of the cars were?
I did not. I did not.
Did you need to do that with the information that you have from the 911 call details?
With my experience then, I wouldn't have thought about it.
Okay. Wouldn't have thought about who owns that car. Did you think at all about that those cars were the neighbor's cars, as it says in the call details, or
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine. 3 weeks you were cut loose, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Did you ever see Atatiana's gun?
No, ma'am. I saw her face.
What? Let me go back.
See Atatiana's gun?
No, ma'am. I saw her face.
Wow.
She said.
I saw her face. I never saw her gun.
Wow.
No, ma'am. I saw her face.
Is that burned in your memory?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, watch this because she's gonna cry, I think.
Did you ever hear the defendant say no?
No, ma'am.
When y'all were leaving the back of the back of the house, talking about getting that TAC med kit, we can hear y'all calling stuff in, calling medical personnel, notifying SAR, all that's happening. Fort Worth Police Department, lots of folks show up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Chief of Police was out there, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At any point from the time that you're in the backyard and you go to the side, all the way to the front, does the defendant tell you gun?
Not to my knowledge.
She had a gun. What about as you guys run inside that house? Does he ever warn you that she has a gun?
Not that I can remember, no.
Now, when you come out of the house and when Officer, I believe, did you say which officer it was that showed up to kind of relieve you with Zion?
Officer Ray.
Officer Ray. And when you come out of the house and he finally relieves you and gets Zion in the back of his car, kind of have a minute to think, what's going through your mind?
That there's someone down inside the house.
As far as...
Hey, Ellen.
I know, well, I'll just say this. Do you want to be here?
No.
Has this been extremely difficult for you over these last 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't want to have to testify and be in that seat.
No one wants to be involved in the shooting.
Sure. And nobody really likes to testify either.
No, ma'am.
Were you concerned and worried and nervous to be here today?
Yes, ma'am.
In your mind or in your heart, what are you the most concerned with?
Zara.
Oh.
Just how he is, his well-being.
Do you know that you testified yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. Can I have a minute?
I'm going to pass away, Sean.
Can I take a minute?
Yes, let's take a break, so let's take a short break.
You're gonna make me cry.
It's always-
What the fuck?
Wow. Damn. That's tough. That's very, very tough.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. I feel so bad for her. I'm glad y'all told us to look at this. She was only an officer for 3 weeks, and he was an officer for a year. She was really brand freaking new.
She's straight off the street. And again, I mean, I was about to say I don't think she technically did anything wrong, but at the same time, like, you're still an officer. Like, announce yourself.
What do you say?
I was saying I don't think she technically did anything wrong, but then I thought about it more. It's like, you're still an officer, though, so announce yourself.
I don't know. Like, I literally have people in my branch that be walking up to people like, hello. They're like, hi. And don't say nothing. And they were like, I'm like, tell them you're a banker. Oh, I'm a banker. Oh, okay, now I know I can talk to you. Like, otherwise you seem like a random person. I'm talking about like you're not even in that like a field of important, like not importance, but like a field of like safety, and
There's
people
levels,
forget
though,
when they're new.
But they can't do this type of shit. They're there to protect. They decide life or death. Clearly, they can't make that type of mistake.
I think it's really proves. Wait, what? Elkhart said she should be impeached as a witness for lying. What are you talking about? Tell.
Is there more?
Elkhart, what is she lying about? Fake ass cry. I thought she was really crying. What are you doing? Elkhart, you think she's like bullshit? I took her for real. She seemed serious. I mean, am I being naive? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up because I do want to see. I don't know. Every time I want to do a part. Hold on one second. There's so much to unpack. We might need to do a part 2.
Most likely. We're going to come back and do a part 2.
We're going to have to do a part 2 because we need to still go over the prosecutor's cross-examination. We need to go over the defense team lying their ass off. We need to go over...
that's a lot. Yeah, we got to do a part 2.
We need to go over the jury, the end, end arguments and so on and so forth. Then we need to go over the fact that he was guilty for manslaughter, but I want to hear how they did that. And of course, he'll be sentenced later. And somebody in the comments, I think it was Autumn, said she thinks he'll only be sentenced for 7 years or something stupid like that, which would be real.
What?
Because he only got convicted of manslaughter. But we got to get more information. Susan said, I wonder what she thinks of her partner. Like, what the hell, dude? Thanks for putting me in the situation.
They should have asked her that.
They asked her, like, she asked her, like, what's important to you? What's mostly on your mind right now?
Yeah,
and
Zion.
I guess that could have opened it up to her saying, like, I can't believe you put me in this situation. But she said Zion, like that baby.
They should have been direct. What do you think of Aaron Dean? Is that his last name?
Dean.
What do you think about him?
Momac said, I feel bad for her, but she went into a line of work where you can't have bad days. Damn. Facts. John said, I took some calls today from some of our branches, and these branch managers sound like they didn't belong in that position. Nefertiti said she was probably following his lead because she was so new, and he was there for a year already. She probably figured he knew what he was doing. I think she is genuine. I do too. I do too. I just do too. Maddie, good night, my love. Good night, sugar. I think she was a witness for the prosecution. I agree. She clearly was a witness for the prosecution. Because she definitely seems like she did not agree with what happened. Elkhart, she saw her face, not her hands, but she wasn't right there as well. Like, wasn't she on the other side of the house? No, she was on the same side with him. She was following him because he was, I guess, the lead police officer for the time.
She was on the other side of the car in that backyard. Like, when he was looking through the window, she was on the other side of that. They were both in the backyard together.
Okay. Autumn said he faces between 2 to 20 years. My guess is he'll get about 7 years.
Or less due to racial justice. Due to the racial justice system. That's just racist justice system. That's just my opinion.
Yep. We'll see. Hopefully there's been some better changes. But
if he's facing 2 to 20, then she's probably about right.
I think like he might get 10 tops and then get out for good behavior in like 6.
Good behavior
5
plus like a bunch of other shit they probably have thrown up in there. Time served and all type of shit.
Well, guys, actually, I think tomorrow will be great for us to just kind of wrap it up because it's not going to be that long, and then we can kind of just talk about it in more detail, because you guys hopefully, like, I know we have some of you guys that will introduce something to you, and then you guys go down your rabbit holes, specifically Chuckles and Susan. Okay? But there's a lot of you that do that. So if you guys learn anything that's of value or you think that's good, let's talk about it tomorrow or Saturday. I don't want to commit to Friday, but like Friday or Saturday, we'll be back. We'll let you guys know an hour or two in advance and then kind of take it from there, right?
Yes, yes.
Beautiful, because I need to watch the rest of this, and I promise I won't watch it without y'all, so I will wait. But my fingers are like, let's watch. Real quick, let's wrap up these comments. Maddie is gone for the night. Junebug is gone. Good night. Glad to see y'all again. Till next time. Yes, Junebug and your cute little baby doggy.
Icons.
Momac said, I think she is genuine with her empathy for Zion. She's probably salty that he put her in a bad situation. Agreed. Good night, Junebug. Autumn. Super sticker. Yay. Oh, God, that is clear. It's a hippo character in tactical gear that does a tactical flanking maneuver and hand gestures. I'm glad we can see it on this side because that is hilarious. Thank you, Autumn. We appreciate you.
Super chat. Greatly appreciate it.
Yes. Elkhart, that's a fact, Autumn. And Tennessee said, unfortunately, I agree, but have worked in the prison system. He will not do well there, much like the ones in for children, murders?
The children juvenile system.
Autumn Rain, good night, guys. See you tomorrow. Good night, Autumn. We'll see you tomorrow or Saturday. Okay, either tomorrow or Saturday. Guys, when we close this live out, definitely let us know if you prefer Friday or Saturday when we close the live out, because we can't go back to these comments anyway. But when we close the live out, go comment on the video and say, we want to see you Friday, we want to see you Saturday, and we'll take it from there. Okay?
Yes.
All right, y'all. Good night, good night, good night. We'll see you later.
Within the next 48 hours,
yes,
for sure.
Within the next 48 hours.
At the longest.
Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and all that you can. Share our videos. Kind of show the world, tell the world about us if you like what we are doing. We're still newbies, so we want to get as much attention as possible so we can keep going and feel motivated for it, okay?
Make sure to subscribe to the Patreon if you all want more content throughout the week from us. And just want to contribute to the growth of the channel. That's patreon.com/Naj Reina. And at the least, if you're not subscribed, tap that subscribe button. Turn those notifications on so you can be notified when we go live. And we will catch you all next time.
Yes. Oh, lastly, I saw some questions about when's the next time we're going to be, what's the next case we're going to do. Naj and I are going to go through our Patreon and choose the next case from there and then take it from there. So Nefertiti, Bindi, Tennessee Sweetheart, Kathy. Who else? Autumn Rain. And there's like a couple more people. You guys let us, Johnny V. Yep, Johnny V's in there. Guys, let us know what our next case is. But the next time you see us, we're going to wrap up this one. All right?
Peace.
Bye. Peace.